Welcome everyone to Our Town Podcast. Please take a moment to like and subscribe, share if you can, and review if available. We'd love to hear from you, so comment below and tell us how we're doing. Don't forget to visit ourtownpodcast.com for all the links and join the members only section of the website or sign up on Patreon. Now here are the boys of Our Town Podcast.
Nice.
What's that? This just in. Welcome to another exciting episode of Our Town Podcast.
Extraordinary.
Yes, it is. Boys, episode 130.
Wow.
I know. Time flies when you're just having so much fun. Boys, tonight's safe word is Hoffmeyer. So if any of you are not feeling safe, just yell out Hoffmeyer.
Any accent necessary?
Yeah, well, just do however you want to do it, as long as it gets across. We'll stop this here program and check on you. You folks who can do it at home. Just yell out Hoffmeyer, hit pause, take a bath, nice smelling salts or whatever they call it.
Yeah, if you like.
Get a glass of wine.
Little Epsom. Yeah.
Calming music, and then come back and hit play. And
not necessarily in that order.
Yeah, not necessarily in that order. That's because there is a notorious math guy. He's a movie math guy. His name is Mark Hoffmeyer, and he calculates strange stuff in films, in movies. Okay, so he'll like figure out, movies released on June 1st do better than just weird.
Sure.
So he has calculated that movies where Brad Pitt, everybody's favorite Brad Pitt, eats more than 200 calories on screen, have a better box office and Rotten Tomato score than movies where he doesn't eat at all.
Really?
Yeah. That's so fascinating. If Brad Pitt is eating on screen,
it's a specific caloric
200 or more calories. So if he's eating an apple, I don't know if that's 200 calories.
No, I don't think
Is it just his mouth chewing? Because he does.
We want him to be well fed.
He does do a lot of chewing of gum in movies.
He does, doesn't
Cannibalism.
He's a gum chewer.
Yeah. Although I don't know if that holds up, because this was probably a study done, maybe a year or so ago. And he's got that new F3 movie out.
F1. Yeah.
F1?
Yeah, Formula One, right?
Coming out, his gangbusters at the box office.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like a fabulous reenactment of what it's like to be in an F1 car.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're an F1 fan.
Big fan.
Right?
Yeah, big fan.
You haven't seen the movie yet?
No, not yet, but I'm planning on going to see it at IMAX.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say, yeah.
Because, those cars can just stick to the road like nobody else's business. And
And they're like 12,000 RPM, 12,000 and up.
24,000.
It's bonkers.
bonkers. I think they idle at 12,000 RPM or more.
I mean, that's nuts.
That's nuts.
It is.
But you got to balance that really well, and especially
the track is always different, right? It's not like NASCAR where they're going around. Sorry, left turn, left turn, left
Which
turn.
is harder than it looks.
Yeah, but
No, I'm not. Boys, Days of Thunder, I'm not knocking it.
Oh, Tom. Good old Tom.
But F1, and those cars are not built for safety. I mean, they're built for somewhat
it's
safety.
a cage, right?
Yeah, they crash really fucking hard, and people live in them. So they're really, really safe.
Yeah, they don't have, do they have airbag systems? Completely.
No, they're too heavy. That would be too heavy.
That'd be too heavy.
But they've got a halo system that goes around the cockpit that basically is their cocoon.
Sure.
What's we talked about the horsepower. What is the max speed of one of those things? Any idea?
So I think 220 miles an hour, maybe 200.
It depends on how it's geared, right?
Yeah, 250 maybe.
Yeah.
But I think it depends on the course. So
that's what I was going to say. Straight away, right? But then you've got a turn coming up, and
because they use the downshifting, right, to sink into corners and such. I think.
Yeah, and they've got these DRS or DNS or something like that systems where these flaps come up on their wings and that sort of thing to help slow them down and that sort of thing. Yeah, it's a pretty fascinating technology, and there's definitely just advancements all the time. Like Mercedes did this thing where they got caught cheating. I don't know if it was cheating, but they were told to stop doing it. Video of them of Hamilton driving, and his hands when when he would push in, instead of just left and right, he would go in and out to change the cant of the car, something about the wheels so that it turned better. So it went around corners better. And then it got found on video.
I gotta think that all those cars have some kind of inspection before.
That's what I thought.
Maybe not before each race, but before every season.
Before, during, and after. Well, before and after. Like when they get done, Ben and I were in Belgium at Spa for an F1 race. And after the race, we were able to go down onto the track and then go right up against the pits, between the pits, pit lane, the starting point, and then the bleachers. We were just right down there with tens of thousands of people, and we were watching them, and they were weighing the cars and doing inspections of the cars when they came off the track, which is pretty fascinating. There's lots of rules for that whole system.
Could look more into this, but since you're here, did they change track? Because a lot of times they'll race in streets, right? They'll go to a city
Monaco.
and does that course change every time they race there? Do they pretty much stick to the, like, can a guy kind of expect, I ran that race 2 years ago, so it's going to be...
There's changes, like they made changes to the Monaco course, for example, which is partially a road, it's an all-road course. It's not a racetrack otherwise. It's a pedestrian, drive your car
regular,
on it, right? But the Spa version where we went, part of it's used as a regular road during different parts of the time of the year, and then when Spa's there's races going on, they incorporate that part into the race. Now with Monaco is really hard to pass on, and since the changes in the car length has gotten bigger over time of the F1 cars, there's really no place to pass. So if you get out in front, you're pretty much guaranteed to win the race as long as you stay out of
Don't
the
have
front.
any mechanical trouble.
Run into a wall or something or make a mistake. So they're pretty much exactly the same. Spa was cool. They've got a famous uphill to the right, down the left, and then up and around to the right. It's called the... Oh, God, I'm drawing a blank. It's famous hill. And
that's crazy, too, to think that it's not a flat track. It's not a oval, curved.
It's like some old European city.
Cobblestone.
It's go really as fast as they can possibly go and still have rubber touching the earth. Because you can't even let go for a second in those
They're
things.
right on the edge.
Oh, yeah.
They're right on the edge, and they're going as fast as they possibly can. And if you and I were to get into one, and they make two person F1 cars.
What?
Yeah, not for racing, I don't think, but
Just
for demonstrations and that sort of thing. And so I think if you were to go as fast as Hamilton or one of these drivers could take you, your neck would be just pinned to the
just constantly.
You'd have to build up to it.
Those guys build up their necks, and they're putting upwards of, I think, 8 or 9 G's. No, maybe it's not that much. That's a lot.
But a significant
it's a significant amount of G's
that
they're in.
It's pretty incredible.
It's a neat thing.
And there's still human, and I know there's machining robots and such, you know what I mean? But to really push the physics of it, in these human inventions is really neat, man. Auto racing has been a place where human endeavor really has, made progress, obvious recorded progress, in the last century. It's really neat.
When you think about going left, when they first came up like Daytona and they were racing on these flat tracks or whatever, and no barriers or guardrails, they just go flying off the track and kill themselves all the time. So the advancements in safety and technology has been a helpful thing. I don't like F1 as much as I used to like it. A friend of mine, Glenn Serlencione, is a big-time travel all around to go see F1 races. But back in the day when he was telling me he was going, when Jackie Stewart and AJ Foyt, no, not AJ Foyt.
He was in F1 at times, though.
Was he?
Yeah, and he also did stock car stuff. That guy was all over the place.
He was all over the place.
Yeah. But Jackie Stewart was just he was on Wide World of Sports and shit. The guy was everywhere.
Jackie Stewart,
Yeah.
And he said it's just changed. It's become money. It was purchased. F1 was bought. And in that buying of it, it's become a product. It's no longer I don't know if I can trust
scrappy or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not just some dude's garage bringing a car, you know.
Yeah.
Just and you could say the same for hydroplane racing and that kind of thing. It's
Sure.
like now they're just so
Industry.
technically capable that the price point's too high for just regular businesses to
we
sponsor.
talked about
you know what I
Seafair
mean?
back in the day and early on.
Oh, yeah, they were big
It
V12,
was-
old World
big
War II airplane motors and shit. Yeah,
and some friggin' grease monkey out
just,
there slapping duct
it's
tape on it,
insane.
right? And then, you know, I think it was,
That's exactly what it was.
was it Miss Budweiser that was the first turbine?
Yeah.
Probably. They had the money.
And just throw them like
the
you said,
Miss
throw 'em
Rock
money.
never raced.
But they showed up.
It just showed up.
They showed up on the trailer.
Yeah. So good. Yeah.
There was
but
a
there's
guy-
like the Miss Paying Pack.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like these are smaller garages. You know what I'm saying? It's like
They still have sponsorship, at least by who's the plumbing people in Seattle?
Like
The-
Beacon or
or
something.
Beacon,
somebody,
yeah, the Miss
yeah.
Beacon.
Oh, they got Marshawn Lynch money, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they got a theater.
Friend of the show.
Thriftway, Miss Thriftway, Miss.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
All those things
Yeah.
were-
and they are incredible.
But I think
Yeah.
that boat travels around, and it's not the Miss Thriftway.
Right.
in
Yeah, they
Muncie,
slap
Indiana.
another sticker on it or something,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. So I think it's just about
Local sponsors.
local.
Yeah, I'll just ride my bike down to the pits and shit. In the middle of summer, no water to be found. You know what I mean? It's like
No
we
water
didn't have
fountains.
water bottles to carry with us.
Mike's like, do I drink out of the lake?
Man, I got you a t-shirt and some fucking shorts and maybe a sock.
One sock.
It was
Making
Mike.
it. Oh yeah. Fuck.
I think the F1 cars should have a second person in the back. They have their own goose, right?
Yeah.
He's like looking for enemy.
Bogeys.
I don't know if I'd like to be called Goose though, because
Yeah.
Goose dies in that one. So that would be terrible.
All right, we'll
But I
call
did-
you
I-
Owl or something.
I would probably dare to say that if either one of us got into one of those things, we wouldn't be able to drive it.
No, not
Meaning
not-
just to keep
no.
it started and
Yeah.
keep it on,
yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
is a
all the
challenge.
Guided
shifting
into
and
stuff.
stuff is
Like,
all in
oh,
the-
Yeah.
Not without getting used to it. There's in the amount of meat, and I'm sure there's whatever. You're not steering. You know what I mean? You're just kind of bringing her along. You know.
Yeah.
It's like
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that movie in the 70s or 80s with who we were talking about Rockford Files earlier.
Oh,
with,
James Garner?
Wasn't it James
Sir-
Gardner where he's running
Sir James
it's
Garner.
after it's like a dystopian future and he's got this F1 car and he's driving it across the country to like California. Right, and he knows that at every gas station in the tanks, they never get all the gas out. So
Yeah.
he's like, "There's a few
I
inches
feel like
of
that's
gas."
Heston.
No, it wasn't Heston.
No,
I thought it was
maybe.
Gardner.
Maybe.
No, I remember that.
Yes.
And then he would get a little bit of gas.
You
and
get a
then
little
he
bit of
would get
gas,
further
keep
across
going. He
the-
found a kid or something, and there was
Right.
this crazy. But he just, he got this car out of the museum. And he
Yeah,
was
why
just
not?
Right, he's driving the F1 car.
Yeah.
Fly across. I mean, it wasn't as technologically.
Yeah, that should be one of our
advanced, but-
top fives. Is Armageddon vehicles. Like if you're
Well, I do
Omega
have
Man or whatever.
things to bring to a Fallout
Oh
shelter this week.
wow!
so-
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wish my son Ben
about
was
that?
here because he could answer all the questions about F1. He's a super,
neat.
he's a super fan. We watched the show F1 for quite a while, which they just basically it's a reality TV show called
Oh,
F1
that's great.
that just goes around and follows the teams and all the drama that goes on between all of them. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot that has to happen.
Yeah, I
and
could-
just let alone team dynamics in a high stakes. Because A, it's dangerous.
Millions
It's inherently
of
dangerous,
dollars.
and B, it's terribly expensive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The teamwork in that is, I mean,
Man, 'cause
the
everybody-
evolution
yeah.
of pit stops have gone from like 23 seconds or maybe 45 seconds down to 2 seconds.
Wow.
Like 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's they pull
Yeah.
in. There's a series of guys, and they just go, vroom, vroom, and it's just gone.
Is that when they're racing, pit time is recorded then? So you know exactly how much time your car spent in the pit?
I don't know that answer. That
Yeah.
makes sense though. That they
Just
would,
so you can, right.
yeah. Well,
And
I'm
that way,
sure
for
they-
records down the line, too, you could say, well, the miles per hour was X, but the pit time was, Y.
Correct.
And,
Oh, they
yeah.
they track all of that. That's
Yeah.
all being
Cool. It's like,
recorded.
yeah.
How long
That
were
does
you
seem
in
like
third
a-
gear? How long
yeah.
were you in fourth gear?
It seems like a profitably statistic-heavy sport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like baseball.
Yes.
Right.
Baseball.
You know what I mean?
It's all about the stats.
It is.
Yeah.
And traditions, but mostly the stats.
Well, I think you're getting back to what you said about the guy that does the interesting evaluations of movies, right?
Right.
When Brad Pitt chews on food,
Yeah.
they make more money. So give that guy an apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, if you want to give him a Snickers bar, man,
Right.
you'll make a mint.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's
Geez, I'll buy
6,000
you
calories.
Costco-sized Snicker bag to come on the show, Mr. Pitt.
Yeah.
He's a friend of the show, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Positive.
Love that guy.
Boys, you want to jump into some headlines? It's been a crazy week.
Jesus. It's kind of crazy.
What can I say, man? The Texas floods, man. That was
Just awful.
devastating.
Yeah.
Armageddon.
100 and what are they up to? 117 found
man.
deceased and still missing like 80 people or some crazy number as of tonight on Wednesday night. Yeah,
I watched one of the recordings of the evolution of that, like the 10-second mark, the 20-second mark, the minute mark,
Of
the
spots that
3-minute
you could
mark.
see it,
and
yeah. Oh, it's bonkers.
By 20
Yeah.
minutes, it was 20
Yeah.
feet high. It was a minute.
Yeah. And
6 inches of rain and
Yeah. I don't know, man.
seconds.
It's awful. It's awful.
yeah.
Yeah, the planet is, capable of.
It's a dangerous place.
It can be a very dangerous planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, my understanding this was a floodplain for a long time. A lot of blame
Yeah,
has been
they're going to put an
passing
emergency
around,
warning system
and
like Ocean
now-
Shores has, and Puyallup does for the Lahore.
Yeah.
Lahore. You know what I mean? But same fucking thing.
Are you
dude.
all right, Mike?
Throw some cash at it.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Why wouldn't you?
They're like, King County property taxes are too high. And they are. But guess what? We have warning
wanna live?
systems. Dude, there
wanna
was a potential leak of chlorine right by the skate park.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
but a phone buzz. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm like, yeah, dude,
Yeah.
you live out in the middle of some no tax
Right.
What were you
America.
doing over there when you're
Right.
just going,
But the skate kids are like,
chlorine thing was it a permanent
I don't-
installation or is it a truck that was coming by?
I think it
or-
was a truck.
No, it was from that's where the Renton Waterworks adds.
on the corner,
I
on the
think ammonia.
corner
Yeah, right
there.
by the skate park.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
like it used to be a snack
where the
snack shack.
where the pool used to be.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. But that's still used as part of our our water treatment
Okay.
system. Yeah.
yeah.
Man,
Terrifying though. I mean, it's like harken back to Vietnam and like Agent Orange or like some sort of what are those gas? The gas
Oh
that
yeah,
they
yeah.
would
Some
use
kind
for
of-
warfare.
no, it's a real thing.
That's just
Yeah, chlorine's a real thing.
Chlorine's a horrible.
I was using that as an example of warning systems.
Yes.
Like for our collective health.
Yes.
yeah.
Right, they're not a bad idea. And now that through COVID, one of the technologies we got was the ability to look into vast, pools of poop, because you can get all sorts of information from said things, and we weren't really doing that until recently. So
What's
it's like
that?
these different technologies work, as warning systems of problems. You know what I mean? It's like in flash flood and, Rainier exploding or a tsunami at Ocean Shores. That's the collective good saying we're going to do what we can to give us a chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's some shit that it's
Give
like...
us 30
it's
seconds. Give us
yes.
3 minutes.
Yeah, if you can.
If you
can.
had 3 minutes in that case with the Texas floods, you
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe in some cases,
I mean,
right?
it seemed like just it happened at like 4:00 in the morning or something.
Oh,
and
fuck! It
was
always
just-
seems to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess I don't know. But then it's public radio is heard everywhere with no paywalls, and a public radio station could carry you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, but some of it is.
Well, they got
Yeah,
the public,
it's just awful.
they've
Because,
got
yeah.
the silver alerts and the bronze alerts and
Yeah.
all those alerts that you get on your phone.
Yeah.
Those wake you up in the middle of the night if something's
If there's
going on.
signal where you're at, and I don't know what that place is like at all.
Is it bad that I turned mine off because I really don't care? Because
No,
I don't
that's
have
your
time
life.
to think about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's your life.
I don't. It's not that I don't care. It's that I just don't have any more bandwidth for fear.
Oh,
right?
sure.
I'm sure that if I saw the silver Camry with the license plate and I knew it, I would probably help somebody. But
Sure.
I'd probably just go have coffee with the people and not know that they were abducting that child.
Yeah,
It would be my bad, but.
Yeah. I remember going on a road trip with the kid, and she must have been, 10, 11. It's like a 4 or 5 hour road trip, and she's just bored as hell. And we saw the amber alert or silver alert. I was like, oh. Silver alert, look for a blue Hyundai with this license plate. And I said, we got to keep our eyes out. So, of course, for the next hour, she's like looking, is that a blue Hyundai? Is that a Hyundai?
Yeah.
So it just kept her friggin' occupied. Kept her occupied.
Which is good
You should
for
start
you.
calling in fake ones. To keep your kid going.
I'm going to Oregon. I need a.
She's going to need therapy. Like, we never found.
And then hire an actor once in 10 years to be somebody you rescue or something, just to bring closure to it all.
Look good. Yeah. Look what we did.
A long game, kid.
Yeah, so
That's awful.
hence the blame game on the floods.
Sure. Yeah.
People are pointing fingers every which way.
Yeah, what did they do?
Well,
Which direction were they pointing them?
Most of them were talking about cuts to
the Doge
NOAA
cuts,
and
yeah.
stuff like that.
And
I
early
don't
warning
know.
systems. I don't know.
Trump even blamed Biden at one point, but then kind of pulled it back a little bit because he had no real explanation for
I don't know.
how
And let's see how, what behavior of, what do they do from here on out?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Not just with a recovery, and rescue and rebuild, right? But what about infrastructure?
Yeah.
What's going to come next? Because these kinds of storms are more common now.
Yeah.
They had one in, the 80s, right? So it hadn't been that fucking long. That's a minute.
That's
you know
when
what
the
I mean?
last flood
Like
happened?
mega
In that
super
region?
flood in that area, yeah. That endangered that camp.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a well-known place that has, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to place blame necessarily.
No,
but,
I'm just saying
But I
that
will if it's
those were-
deserved.
yeah.
But,
That's the first thing that happens.
but there's
out
a
of
cost to not having infrastructure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
So-
and I'm not saying infrastructure doesn't fix every fucking thing, nor can you prevent all catastrophe. Because Earth is a place that does have catastrophe, right?
Do we
But,
really need all those B-17 bombers and those the military weapons of destruction? Could we sell one of them and just sell 50 of them?
yeah, and just
put an emergency system in every state.
I just say, even for the Peter Thiels of the world, if they just paid into taxes and just showed everybody what great benevolent the people they will be, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
they just go, okay, here's $200 trillion. We're going to fucking fix everything. Right, here's energy, here's food, here's transportation systems, infrastructure.
Now quit your
worldwide.
griping.
Yeah, and so, but now it's ours, and we can turn that shit off.
Right.
Right, but here it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they're not
Yeah.
even doing that.
No.
It's weird.
No.
And they're really disappointing.
Yeah.
They I thought supervillains would be way more cool than these guys, and they're kind of dumb, but they just happen to be wealthy. It's annoying. Unless they're so smart, they seem dumb. No, they're fucking dumb.
Well, as far as one that's so dumb that seems smart, Elon Musk starting a new political party because of his feud with Trump, recent feuds with Trump. He's calling it the America Party because, of course, he is. And it's already gained interest from people like Mark Cuban and what was the guy that was the White House spokesperson for half a minute, Scaramucci. What was his name?
Scaramucci?
What was his name? Yeah,
I think that is his name.
Yeah, so it's already gained interest from several people who are stepping up.
We'll
going,
see what that
let's
even
do
means,
it.
man. And just then run some spoilers. I don't care.
Yeah,
but we
sounds
got to
good to
get the Democratic, and we, I guess, have to get the Democratic Party out of its own way.
Yeah.
It's its own worst enemy by
Yeah.
far right now for no good reason.
Yeah.
It's like there's so much opportunity for fresh ideas and real plans and
Yes.
stuff like that. Now's a great time
It's
for
a
it.
perfect time.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
fall back
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
old bullshit.
Yeah, no, it's
right?
Come on.
That's what Harris did last.
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
gotta happen.
It's definitely got to happen.
Anyway, but that's
Jeez.
that. I don't know.
Well, and I don't mind. Like you said, more political parties the better, because then you get to pick and choose.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. Yeah, we have to reopen democracy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
And re-empower democracy and get it out of the hands of the parties. Really, right? And
Yeah.
the vested interest
And
therein,
the money.
right? Yeah, and the money. Yeah, and you do that all by just taking the money out of it. Say that
Yes.
all elections are only publicly funded.
Right, I
Here's
love
the
it.
criteria.
Love it.
Bam. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah.
You got key. Let's go. Let's make it happen.
Ah, geez.
Yeah, write the
I just
law.
need a nap real quick.
Well, speaking of Musk, he had tweeted a couple of weeks ago about Trump being a member of the Epstein list. And that's why he wouldn't release it. And then he quickly deleted it because, he didn't want to get deported. But, boys, the Epstein files that never were.
I mean, it's insane.
It's just insanity, man.
It's insanity.
We have it. It's on my desk.
Did they
It's
kill?
the list.
Did it kill itself?
Oh, my God. Yeah, it just disappeared.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
fucking like a fart in the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
We know.
Cash Patel
But that doesn't make it
and
not
Mongo
there.
fucking Ding Dong.
ding dong.
Yeah,
we know
man.
who's on it. We know that
Yeah.
that Trump's on it. We know that Prince,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's insane.
We
It's
know that
completely insane.
who's the crippled guy that's the physicist?
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen fucking Hawking's on it.
Oh, man.
Good night, Dr.
How did those people even get
How dare you.
included in the list in the first
I don't
place?
know.
And if they're on the fucking list, I don't care if it's Bill Clinton. I don't care if it's
Why
Mr.
so?
Rogers.
Why so?
I don't care if he's on the list. I want to see it. If he goes down,
If there's proof, we need to see the proof.
I want to see everybody that's on the list. It's like the fucking
where's the
Panama
indictments,
Papers.
dude? Yeah.
That just
yeah.
fucking.
Yeah.
Give it to us.
Yeah, at least something. Make sure that somebody's at least working on it to find enough evidence to bring indictments against people.
Yeah.
Well,
What the
yeah.
fuck? Why is that so weird?
Anybody but
Yeah.
the working class people
Yeah.
that are working.
There's
their
nobody
ass off.
that they will throw to the dogs. Nobody.
Not one
Nobody.
single soul.
Really?
Yeah.
Some washed him like a Prince
Yeah.
Andrew or something. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Somebody. And no
He's not
offense to
even in
Prince
this
Andrew, I
country.
guess. Well, fuck Prince Andrew.
Allegedly.
Actually, but,
Allegedly.
You didn't say that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll fight that guy.
Okay.
Do charity. Come on.
On pay per view.
Yeah, that's 100%, dude. Or public access.
That's so.
more likely.
yeah,
so
with a
rented.
GoFundMe. The new era of budget combat sports.
Yeah, we'll buy you lunch, Prince Andrew. No, it just baffles. And then somebody posted a meme I thought was funny. Not funny, but sad, but true. If everybody in the world, or half the people in the world, were accusing you of being a pedophile,
Yeah. Wouldn't you?
why the fuck wouldn't you want to release the
every
files
single fucking
that don't show
thing you
you're
could?
on there?
Yes. Oh yeah, for 7-Eleven.
Good point. Good
CCTV footage.
Right.
Every single
Yes.
place I was that
Right.
shows I wasn't there.
Exactly.
Oh yes.
I want it all.
Everything. Oh yeah, my permanent record from grade school.
Yeah.
All of it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, dude.
angry.
It's so shitty.
I'm
It is, but
angry.
this isn't the first time that we've seen not just with the Trump crime family, right, and the people that surround them, but numerous times where the political class gets away with it.
Yeah.
Let alone
yeah.
because he was the Enron guy. He kind of went
Right.
down and then maybe died in prison.
Yeah.
I don't
What
know.
was that guy?
Rarely.
I want to say LeMay, but that's not it. Kenneth Lay.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That sounds Peter Lay,
No, it was-
I don't know.
Kenneth Starr.
Joe Lay.
I don't know.
One of those guys.
I don't know.
Frito
Fuck
Lay.
them all.
It's a trip, dude.
It's a
It
really
is.
trip. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
just
know.
these people
And you
are
would think they would
fucking
throw
babies.
us a bone once in a while.
Yes, yeah.
Right? It's like there's no way Caesar didn't. Once in a while, some dude just like got thrown to the fucking lions just to show that he's what
Quash
he is.
the- yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like even Caesar recognized that you got to throw the fucking,
one Christian.
yeah, every dude, every
couple
once in a
of
while, you got to
Christians to
throw
the
the people a
lions.
bone.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's weird.
Yeah. I don't.
I'm not into it.
Boys, I'm not into this. IRS is saying that churches and other houses of worship can endorse political candidates.
Then they can't be nonprofit. If there's no taxation without representation, then why is there representation without taxation?
I'm with you.
Not into it, bro.
there's
That's
a-
absurd.
Common sense.
Yeah, not into
filing
it. Not into it.
That
That's
says
ridiculous.
traditional religious communications are exempt from decades-old provision in the 1954 U.S. tax code that bars nonprofit, religious, and secular
Yeah.
from endorsing
And
political
you'll see
candidates.
now all the religious schools.
They're all gonna
yeah, dude.
indoctrinate.
Here it comes, dude. Yes,
Yeah.
here it comes with our money.
Yes.
So that socialism's okay.
Yes.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can pay for rich kids to have a better education than my kid through my federal tax dollars when my public schools just come from local taxes.
Right.
Got it.
It's time to open up a 401(c) or what's that nonprofit?
Yeah,
50C3.
Yeah.
Sounds like they're going to be the way to make money then.
Well, I always thought
could
we
we
should
be a
start a
religious
religion.
podcast?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's
we
a
need
good
to start a
gig.
religion.
I like it.
We'll
People have
nominate
done it.
Mike.
Have you heard of Christianity?
Yeah. We just need to dig up an old text here and rent it somewhere.
Yeah.
Just dug this up.
Like John did with
Gold plates or whatever.
Oh man, that was like somebody's
There were these plates out by
recipe
a
book,
tree.
one of the Betty Crocker recipe books from the 40s or some shit. Like, and here's how you make lard from pine cones. What the?
Yeah.
And then you spread it all over yourself. It's a little sticky, but
Keeps the beavers away.
boys, whenever you fly, you've been having to take your shoes off to go through the TSA checkpoints.
The worst.
TSA is now saying they don't have to do that anymore.
Oh.
So we can all bring out our bomb shoes?
Yes, immediately.
Yeah.
So back in 2006, it was Richard Reed who had the shoe bombs that didn't detonate, and then people discovered on the flight what he was trying to do, and they all subdued him with the flight crew and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But ever since him,
Yeah, but that was because he was inept.
Well,
Right?
he did
Potentially,
just
that could have been something.
Yes.
I think the way he had it set up, he was either going to dud or like blow his foot off. But
any explosion on it,
yeah, or he could have thrown it somewhere else. Could have thrown it right next to the cockpit, thrown it
right
in the
up on the
cockpit. You know what I
window or
mean? It's like
something.
he just happened to
crazy.
be inept at his weird.
do we know his motive?
quest.
Do we remember?
No,
his?
I don't.
He's a real disappointment to those that are trying to move the terrorism.
Yeah,
notch
be good
forward.
at terrorism. It's awful.
Yeah, he really
It's awful.
could.
No, I think, and so I'm not necessarily against getting searched before you get on a fucking explosive aluminum tube.
No,
it's
not
an
at all.
inconvenience, but I got one
Yeah.
word for you, people: Crocs.
Yes.
Everybody's fucking wearing them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like there's like people at the UN. They're walking in with Crocs.
You
It's like,
can't go to Slowjamistan though. You remember that guy?
oh yeah.
He was so
Slow Jamistan.
Yeah, so this guy bought a piece of property. He was a DJ down in San Diego, may still be. And he bought this little piece of property down by like Joshua Tree or, just a fucking desert, couple acres or whatever it is.
the Gila
And he
Must
set
in
it
it,
up
right.
as his own little country, the micronation of Slowjamistan. And he's got people that, basically buy into citizenship for Slowjamistan, but he goes around and he wears like Gaddafi, military dress with all these medals on and all this shit. And he goes and visits other micronations, and they have like summits and all kinds of stuff. It's really funny. We interviewed the guy, God, long time ago,
2 years,
a couple of years ago.
You interviewed him?
Yeah, we had him on the phone, and we did a little interview with him.
great.
It was great.
Yeah.
But one of their things is they have banned Crocs shoes from Slowjamistan.
Yeah.
So you cannot wear
Is
Crocs.
it because it's offensive to the...
I guess I
I
don't
don't know. Too foamy.
Funny, just being funny. They even have like a cop car that has like the Slowjamistan
Oh,
Border
yeah.
Patrol.
So good. No, he's going for it, man.
He's
How
really
did you
going
get
for
that
it.
guy on? That's
I
great.
read an article about him a long time ago, and then I reached out
Yeah,
and
we
was like,
should touch
see how
back
he's
with that
doing?
kid.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Slow Jamistan.
No, I'm pretty sure. Did we interview him or did we just
I
correspond?
don't remember now.
Well,
Something.
It's
I don't
so
know.
many episodes.
So many episodes. 130 of them,
excitement.
Mike.
I
130
had
of
so
them.
much.
you guys are got to be
Bonders.
tired.
Oh my gosh!
Exhausted.
You have no idea. So yeah,
was he
next time
looking
you
at
guys,
me when he said that?
I think he was.
so next time you guys go fly, if you got any trips planned, you shouldn't have to take off your shoes.
That's
I mean, that's effective immediately?
My understanding, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I just
At
don't
first, they
feel like
were-
this TSA is really looking out for all of us. I don't know.
Yeah, first they sent out a memo and said some major cities would cease it, and then I heard that they just went ahead and said no longer.
Interesting.
Don't bother with it. And I don't know, maybe that's to get the lines moving a little quicker.
I hope so.
I would think.
hope so.
Yeah,
'cause
no,
it's
I
a
get it.
nightmare
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
airport anymore.
Yeah. Geez. Jeff, you talked about this maybe pre-show, but Ozzy Osbourne has played his very last concert, allegedly, ever.
Yes.
Called Back to the Beginning, I think, in Birmingham, UK, England, where the band started.
And like everybody showed up, right?
Like Pantera,
Everybody.
and Zach Wild, and
Cool.
Metallica, all the heavy hitters and stuff.
I would have gone. I didn't even know it was happening.
But it's cool.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it was all over social media, and I was like, I got it.
What?
It's Ozzy Osbourne. He was crying at one point.
Yeah, I bet.
Right?
I
That's
think
a big
he
deal.
ended his set with Crazy Train, of course, but played a set with the original Sabbath guys.
That's nice.
And they were all the Geezer and Tony Iommi, and, Ward,
Phil
right?
Ward, yeah.
Phil Ward, yeah.
William.
Yes.
Brilliant. Did you guys ever see Ozzy?
No,
or-
I never. I saw Ozzy at the Renton Kmart, just as because he was doing a signing there.
I've heard
outside.
about that
Oh, it was
story.
insane. It was insane.
Ozzy was at the
It was like
Renton Kmart.
86, I think.
Which is now,
Yeah.
of course, McClendon's,
McClendon's,
and
yeah.
previously was
2000.
Yeah, and he was
Rocker
sitting right,
Kids.
by the front. And he had,
Hospital.
just up a couple of, steps.
Was this like,
Yeah.
what year was that?
I would say
78?
1986.
Oh,
yeah.
86?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So he was kind of in rough shape. But no, I'd never seen him play live, which is a bummer.
We were
Yeah.
seniors in high
Yeah.
school, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
How come I don't remember that?
I don't know. It was cool.
I think the whole
There was
world-
mass rocker kids there, dude. Mass. It was cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. No, that was a good feather into the old Renton rocker kid cap. Oh, but Ozzy.
Did you get him to
Ozzy,
sign something, or did
Ozzy.
you- was it
Yeah,
too-
I did. And Jim Marcise did, and this kid Chanel.
Do you still have it?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Marcise does.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you have him sign? Do you remember?
I had my learner's permit.
Oh, and you were going to have him
Yeah.
sign that?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know what I might have left that with Sue's 1,000 years ago, or
Sure.
it left my parents' house with me. I know that, but I've lost it since.
Nice.
So Ozzy has a Crazy Train and all his music.
Mr.
I'm not so
Crowley.
much of a Black Sabbath fan early on, but I've become more of a Black Sabbath fan
Yeah.
later on, and respect that and enjoy some of that music from time to time. But Ozzy, I'm totally a Ozzy, that kind of rock world. It's just the best. Crazy Train?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Randy
Randy
Rhoads
Rhoads just redefined
rips
it.
it.
Yeah, no, it's too
Rips it.
much.
Love him.
Geez, so grade school, up to 5th grade, I'm going to Catholic school, right? Or up to 8th grade, I'm going to Catholic school. 6th, 7th grade, like one Friday a month, they did free dress because we all had the uniforms, which were blue slacks, a white collared shirt, and then you could do a sweater vest or a full sweater, whatever. But one Friday a month, you got free dress. So what does this kid show up in? My ripped jeans, my
Oh,
Ozzy
man.
Osbourne T-shirt, and a flannel shirt over it.
yeah.
My
Nice.
Chucks.
Cruising for a bruise.
Yeah, showing up on my skateboard. And
Nice.
Yes.
This is who I really am,
Yeah.
deep down.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
All those preppy kids. Fucking. Yeah, so he had mentioned before, he's like, I got maybe 10 years left of life going, and I'm just not in the best shape. This has got to be it. There's just
Yeah,
no.
he can't get up.
Yeah.
He can't walk.
Yeah, he was in a chair sitting
Was it
most
his
of the
back
time.
or was it his legs? What hips?
No, he's had
Jeez,
some
I don't know.
serious stuff
I really
going
He
on.
had some
but-
surgery or something I heard that went really south. He was convinced by some quack doctor to have something done, and it turned out
man.
bad. It went
Jeez, I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah. So he got really ill and was down for quite a while. I think he was out for like almost a year,
Jeez.
like on his back.
Wow.
Yeah. Poor guy.
That's awful. Oh yeah.
He looked great in that chair, though. He looked like the Prince of Darkness.
Yeah,
Man.
he's cool.
Yeah,
He is.
yeah, he's fun.
Yeah. And he's been a voice in my life, a major voice in music in my life
Yeah.
since I was a
Since
kid.
I started listening to rock
oh,
and
yeah.
roll.
No, I
Yeah.
still remember like Iron Man when I was a little
Yes.
kid. It was incredible, dude. That whole record's awesome. Yeah.
He's welcome to come on the show anytime.
Oh,
Yes,
absolutely.
Ozzy.
Oh, yeah, no,
Come
anytime.
on. Yeah,
Anytime.
we'd love to talk with
Come
you.
on down. Boys, speaking of iconic, I don't know, people, Chef Boyardee, the brand has sold.
Yeah.
to BlackRock.
Yeah. Some Russian conglomerate.
Well, it went from ConAgra Brands, which is ConAgra is just fucking massive. To Hometown Food Company.
Hometown Food Company.
Which is probably as big as
oh my God, Nabisco's parent company.
Nature's own.
Hometown also owns Pillsbury and Hungry Jack. Basically, I didn't think about this, but Chef Boyardee has like a 500-person manufacturing facility in Pennsylvania. That's where all the Chef Boyardees are produced. And I haven't had Chef Boyardee in probably
decades, dude. Oh my God. And it really wasn't in my house as a kid. But I remember it being at my friend's. It was just so sweet and kind of squishy.
It was like raspberry juice with noodles in it. It wasn't anything.
Tomato? Because it ain't tomato.
Sounds like tomato. What did they make? What was they had the ABC.
They had the little raviolis.
Yeah, the raviolis.
Did they do the SpaghettiOs with us?
I bet
they did.
What
about the ones with the little sausages?
The little Vienna sausages.
The little Vienna sausages.
I don't know who that is. That might be the deviled meat guy.
I'm gonna go get some of that after this podcast.
That's salt, bro.
Chef Boyardee was started by Hector Boyardee.
No
spelled
way.
Differently. We spell it Boyardee. His real name is Boiardi. But he was an immigrant from Italy that came over.
Brilliant.
I think to New York or something, and worked his way up and started this company making rations for soldiers in World War II. And then that became Chef Boyardee.
Because they had the facility that could can food.
Yes.
You just have to bring in this.
What was that? What the fuck?
Yeah, the squeezing.
We're providing the sound effects for the
to be animated
seasoning. Have you guys seen that it's I think it's an insurance commercial, but they're in a peanut butter factory and the factory's going nuts, and you got the guy, the nerdy dude with the glasses, like the supervisor's like, what is going on? He's like, goes to another scene and the whole place is just fucking falling apart, right? And he walks up to a group of 3 workers and like, what's going on? And they're like, and then it's a goat up on the conveyor belt, and he's like, it's Rick. And it's like, find yourself a scapegoat kind of a thing.
Oh my God.
So good.
That's creative.
Anyway, I always think of that when there's food factories involved. Rick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Rick.
Factory 11.
Sold the company in 1946 for $6 million. Sold in the deal today to the Hometown Foods $600 million.
Wow, that's a good brand then, isn't it?
Yeah. I didn't realize. I mean, I guess it's still...
Well, it's a cheap food, right?
Yeah, it's a cheap
McDonald's
food.
is still doing well because it's cheap food.
We always hear like breakfast cereal and stuff isn't sold as much. Like the new generations aren't eating as much of that kind of
cooking
stuff.
stovetop stuff, right?
Right.
So I think Chef Boyardee's, I mean, unless they've moved into like microwavable
They
stuff.
probably do have the...
I would bet. Campbell's does.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Pour it a little Campbell's. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm not mad at canned food because it's a safe, convenient, shelf-stable thing that doesn't have to be what we buy as canned food. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think we kind of abuse the privilege a lot, but the technology itself, it's pretty amazing.
Because
really.
it is a highly processed food.
Some is,
Any of
any of the Chef Boyardees.
Yeah.
But I just bought some at the local farmer's market. I bought some canned salmon that was caught in Alaska,
Locally?
but then smoked and processed on Whidbey Island.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. Yeah. So
Have you tried it out?
No, not yet. I'm going to sear it, though. I bought one with olive oil and one just like a smoked. But it's in a can, so I might just wait until the apocalypse, and it'll be like gold. Get like 3 slave women for 1 can of that stuff.
How so is that? What?
Alcohol bullets and canned salmon.
Yeah.
You fucking
Is that
rule
something that's there every week?
rule
at
the dystopian
Ren-
future.
And it's yes,
Local company?
yep.
Cool.
Nice.
Are they a Would-Be Allen company that comes over
I don't
here
know.
for
The
that?
lady who was working there was from Renton. It was some,
Okay.
yeah, my homie Stefan.
I love
Yeah.
little smoked salmon.
Jeff, I'm hearing beeps over there. You good?
Yeah, I just had a power.
Okay.
Power warning, so I had to plug in.
No worries.
Good asking though. With some of our
Yeah.
technical difficulties, we've
Boys had a
learning.
couple of celebrity passaways. Rest in peace, Julian McMahon. 56, died of cancer. He played a few famous people. He played Cole Turner in the TV show Charmed with Alyssa Milano. I never saw the show, but he was in that. But I did see this a couple of times. He played Dr. Christian Troy in the show Nip Tuck. Do you remember the show Nip Tuck?
I never
It was
watched
a
it.
plastic surgery show,
yeah.
and he played one of the doctors. Mike, you might remember him as Doctor Doom in the Fantastic Four movies with Jessica Alba.
Oh, yeah.
And
Wait,
Chris
there were
Evans.
other people in those films besides Jessica Alba?
Jessica Alba. You got me.
Nobody
Jessica
said
Alba.
anything about that.
Is there anything wrong with her?
No. Other than she hasn't been on the show yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She probably
I'd
drinks
have that
baby's
show
blood or
catered.
something.
Whatever she could ever want, I would cater that, and I mean that.
Yeah,
heard it.
I would
cook it
hire
yourself.
that out. You don't want me cooking,
Yeah.
but I would hire that
Would
out
it,
to the
would
best
it feature
professional we could
Chef
find.
Yeah,
Boyardee?
that's what it
Start
calls
with
for.
some Chef
And I've
Boyardee.
cast iron pans and Chef Boyardee. Let's see where we go.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
Tomato.
Also, rest in peace. Bigger name you guys will know, Michael Madsen. Died
Oh,
67 of a heart attack. He started on the screen way back in 1982 and appeared in over 300 films and TV productions. So he's pretty.
Jeez, I had no
A
idea.
lot of those, I think, were a lot of those direct-to-video money-making movies for him, which I don't fault anybody's.
It's work,
getting
man.
paid,
Oh
right?
yeah, no, I've dug ditches, dude.
Yeah. He revealed not long ago that producer Harvey Weinstein didn't like him. Didn't name the reason, but said he didn't like me and insisted that Quentin Tarantino not cast him in any of Tarantino's movies. So what does Tarantino do? He turns around and casts him in 5 of
Nice.
the Tarantino productions over
Jeez, I
several
like
decades.
that.
Yeah.
Was he Mr. Pink?
He's Mr.
Yes,
Blonde.
He was Mr. Blonde.
Mr.
Yeah.
Blonde.
Yeah, no,
He got tortures
Buscemi's,
that cop.
yeah, he
Why
sure
do I have
does.
to be Mr. Pink?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was Steve Buscemi, right?
yeah, so
Yeah.
good.
One of the
Yeah,
fa-
Madsen does a creepy job in that. He
the
really
best-
does.
It made that song. What's that song that he made famous? Come Stand By Me, or All Over You, or
He's doing the little dance. I know. I
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
see
man,
it. but
that's
I can't-
hardcore. It is.
and he just goes and cuts the guy's ear off,
Yeah.
pours gasoline on him,
Yeah,
and sets him on
yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
It's Quentin Tarantino's fault that we're
He
all,
gets good work out of his actors, though. He does. The
he does,
dialogue is
yeah.
good, and he can
Yeah.
pull stuff out of him.
He's a creepy
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Quentin is.
Oh,
Quentin's a great. I don't know. That's a mind of a serial
yeah,
killer or
yeah.
something.
Yeah, I'm glad he has an expressive.
Yes, outlet. Yeah, for sure.
Or that he's good at hiding his crimes.
I've never seen so many violent acts in movies as what he puts out.
Yeah.
He's an amazing producer of violent
Just has
movies.
a great appreciation of movies just throughout history. The exploitation movies, the classic westerns. I mean, there's so many that he draws from that just
Yeah.
funnels into his.
He's got just like John Evison was talking about, like all that stuff's in there.
yeah.
When Evison says, like, you know what I mean? I think every film Tarantino has ever seen is in there.
Yeah.
So he can draw upon all those tools, you know.
Right.
He gets in that flow state, like what Johnny was talking about, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, what is Johnny talking about? Well, we did an interview with a good friend of Jeff's and a famous guy in his own right, Jonathan Evison, author extraordinaire,
Yeah,
also a
great.
podcaster, and a bunch of other credits to his name. We're going to jump into that now, hopefully.
Yes.
We get the sound. We had a little issue because we were using Zoom, and none of us are big Zoom users, and we'll see how it comes out. So if we come back and it's not there, we'll do it.
We'll do a dramatic reenactment sometime. Love it. Set to dance.
So we're going to work on that. See if we
Give
can
us a couple
improve.
minutes to.
The sound quality. It's just the sound quality from his end didn't take. So we'll figure that out. Other than that, we'll come back and close this sucker out.
Yeah, do the top 10 or 5 or 30.
On the bonus round. As Jeff was mentioning, if you're not a member, go become a member.
Oh, yeah.
We just got a new
shout out
to
Janelle.
Janelle just signed up.
Yeah, geez, much appreciated.
Yes, we appreciate it quite a bit. So come back and listen to that. You can become a member either at the website in the members only section, or go to Patreon and sign up there, and you get.
What about in a dream state? If you're in a nice deep dream,
Just have to dream.
Time to do it.
Just get to that place where it's all our town.
What's that joke where there's 2-3 guys laying in a tent? They just woke up, and the guy on the right says, "Hey man, I was just getting a handy in my dream. I was just getting a handy from a girl." And the guy on the left goes, "I had the same dream." And the guy in the middle goes, "I had a dream I was skiing."
Oh my god! Or he's dancing like
dude,
Trump dance.
Yeah, fuck.
All right, well, we'll come back and hopefully have an interview with John.
Cool. Thank you.
Thanks.
Cheers. Thanks, Janelle. Well, I am in the other studio. I'm right here.
Hey, now you're fine and you sound fine. What I'm saying is, why don't you just introduce me from there?
Just right here?
Here? Yeah, well, yeah. I just fucking record this thing. Who cares if you're in another room?
Fine.
Room with you anyway.
Oh, there it is. I need you to plug in the little guy.
Oh, I'm dying over here.
I was like, where did everybody go? All right. So, Charles, can you hear me now on there?
Well, yes, we hear you through the thing.
You hear me through the thing. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have Jonathan Evison here with us today, and he is a author, a father, a husband, a podcaster, and just a generally just an awesome guy, an authentic human being, and a fantastic talker and human. Let's go. So, hey, Johnny. I know you from a long time ago, back in the Pioneer Square Saloon days, and I have the joy of knowing a couple of secrets about you. You have a joy of knowing a few secrets about me.
Well, my secrets are probably better than yours, so don't get me in trouble here.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. But it's important that we kind of get started on this, and tell us a little bit about what you're working on right now, as far as the being an author and being a husband and a father and your busy life. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, well, just published my 9th novel. Just turned in my 10th, and am now working on my 11th.
Wow.
Wednesday Night Lights, which is, it doesn't sound like a real joyful ride. It's about a grief group that meets in the South Tacoma Community Center basement on Wednesday nights. It's 5 bereaved people, who kind of become a family as they work through their separate stages of grief.
Is that something from the personal experience? I know that you use a lot of your own personal experiences to write your books, whether it's a Bainbridge Island associated novel like something about Lulu, right?
All About Lulu?
All About Lulu? Oh.
No. I mean, beyond that, I've done a lot of grieving in my time. I mean, my brother ended his own life 5 years ago. I've got a lot of experience with grief, but none of the experiences in the book. I mean, I draw off my personal experience all the time, but in terms of my characters, I'm usually writing outside the purview of my personal experience. I use what I know, but I don't necessarily write what I know, So stuff like my jobs, like I used to be a landscaper, that made it into Lawn Boy. I used to be a caregiver, that made it into the Revised Fundamentals of Caregiving. I have a radio background, so that was in All About Lulu. More than anything, I use jobs I've had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because then I don't have to research a job. It's I know it's authentic. Otherwise, I have to, every book I have to have 4 or 5 experts on any number of subjects to vet everything I do, because I can't hit any false notes. I can't write a combat veteran having not been a combat veteran, so I have to have somebody vet that. Or, every old train dude in America that's read Small World wants to talk about trains with me, and I'm like, dude, you understand every single thing I know about trains is in the book. I learned exactly what I need to know. That's where I've gotten better at research over the past 2 decades. I used to read, like when I wrote West of Here, I must have read like 20 books or something, and the research starts to get in the way of the story you're trying to tell, and you risk losing your focus. And so now what I do for research is I just kind of know what I need to accomplish, and I just sit down with the expert and say, help me block out the scene and tell me, like for instance, like in Revised Fundamentals of Caregiving, when an EMT delivers the baby in Yellowstone. Like I've never delivered a baby. I have cut the ligature, on a couple of my own kids, but I have a friend who's an EMT who's delivered like 13 babies. So I sit down with a beer with him and I go, here's the deal, Dave. This kid's going into labor, and here we are. And so he walks me through like what happens. Well, they're going to bring her probably one of those silver blankets, or I don't even remember the scene at this point. It's like 8 books ago, but that's just an example. Or I have a friend who's a cop, Dale Duffy. Whenever I have sort of cop protocol questions, I lean on him. Abe Winter, in my present book, The Heart of Winter, is it sells insurance, so that's fascinating. Learning all about the history of insurance.
Are you serious?
Very sexy. This guy sold insurance for 60 years, but luckily I have a friend who owns a small insurance business who knows the history, and so I'm like, it's really a kind of a collaboration, right? Because I write across so many purviews. Just in Small World or West of Here alone, those books have dozens of characters,
Mm-hmm.
So I need to depend on other people. There's a lot of stuff I know about. I know a lot about a lot of stuff, but just from experience, I'm writing a guy that's in a band right now, that I can do that because I've had the experience. I'm writing a guy whose wife takes over his fantasy football team when he gets depressed, and I've done that, so I know how to do that. You know what I mean? These little things and parts of characters fold themselves into me. But really, I'm doing this to try to become a more expansive person, to actually accrue experience without having to get out of my pajamas, so to speak. I actually crossed the Olympic Mountains in 1889 in the worst winter on record.
In your mind?
I was in my slippers.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
That's cool.
They were chest deep in the Elwha trying to drag rafts up the waterbed. I get, it feels like real lived experience to me when I'm doing it right.
Yeah.
It's a matter of getting out of my own way. To me, it's not about words on a page. Language is part of it. It's there to serve the story, but it's about the story and it's about the characters. And so, for me, I just got to get out of my own way. And that's why I need to do it so bad. That's why I've written 20 novels, dude. I've only published 9, but I've written 20 of the things, and I just need the work because, like they say about meditation, it's like shedding the self. That's what the book is for me. Because I hate myself.
How many novels did you shit can before you were published? Or not shit can, but what do you call it? Were rejected or buried? Yeah.
Yeah. In the drawer, like 6 or 7. And then even since I've started publishing, there's 3, I think.
Okay.
I don't publish everything I write. I wrote a boxing novel that was terrible, just like 4 years ago. It just, I finally just had to realize that I just wanted to write about boxing.
Yeah.
I didn't really, I wasn't serving larger themes well enough. And, I still find new ways to fail. I get better, but I still find new ways to fail. And just like I was saying with the podcast, sometimes the show doesn't work out. I don't get there. Yeah. Sometimes I still write a book, and I'm like, it's just not good.
How long does it take to write a novel for you?
It takes 8 months to 18 months usually.
8 to 18
months. Pretty fast.
Okay.
I work pretty fast, and it's not that I work fast; it's just that I work steady.
Are you able to do one at a time, or do you do multiple at a time?
Well, I'm kind of always sort of working on 3 at a time in a way, but it's because I can be more productive. Like what it is like I'll be researching one novel, so that's one skill set, and that's something that also doesn't require the same solitude or focus, as research. And then I'm usually line editing the book that's in production, the next one that's going to be published. I'll do line edits with my editor, and that's something that I can do a little bit here and there. It doesn't take big swaths of time. It doesn't matter if my kids stop me. And then I'm usually composing one book, and that's the hard part. That's where I can't do it with a house full of kids, because I like I said, I got to get out of my own way, and I'll write 16 hours at a time. And
Jesus, that's a lot of beer drinking and music listening too.
It is. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Only the second 8 hours though.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to.
You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I mean, like some of my best stuff is just.
Do you sleep ever?
I sleep about 5 hours a night.
Oh, Jesus.
But I've been doing that since I was 14. I'm bipolar too. I don't,
Which helps.
It helps. Yes.
It helps, yeah.
That's why writing is my superpower, because when you're biomanic, focus is really hard. But when you can do it and you can focus it and you can get that tiger by the tail, I can be, a lot more productive than a normal person.
Right.
It's just a fact. I mean, I have a lot of friends that are novelists. I'm like, dude, how do you write a novel in 8 months, dude? I've been working on this thing for 4 years, and it's not that I'm fast. It's a matter of super focus and being able to find a flow state. There's only a few things in life I can do that with: darts, shuffleboard, and writing.
You are an amazing dart player.
There's one other thing I do by myself that's pretty good.
You've got a lot of hours spent doing that, I'm sure. 10,000 hours or more at least.
Surprised how few hours, 10,000 times. It's actually hard.
That's more like it, probably.
It's only like 18 minutes.
Yeah, indeed.
You are fast.
You feel so dumb when you're doing it. Who wants to,
Do you? I don't feel dumb when I'm doing it.
And as soon as you're done, you're like, what the?
Yeah, you're like, what the hell's going on?
I got fucking rose lotion on my hand, and it's not something that I look at it as maintenance, because like I'm hyperactive, so exercise, sex, that's why I drink beer and smoke pot. It's self-medication, dude. I don't want to go I know too many friends that are bipolar that try to cut their own head off because their meds went sideways on them. I know what I'm dealing with when I deal with beer, when I deal with pot, when I deal with exercise, when I deal with sex. Those are all things that sort of take a little of my. It's just a matter of trying to get rid of some of your excess energy so you can focus.
Yeah, I can imagine that being a necessity. Hey, you grew up on Bainbridge Island after you were about age 7, right?
Yeah.
That's where when you moved from San Diego or San Francisco. Where did you move from?
The Bay Area.
The Bay Area? And why did you guys move up here?
My dad moved us up here and left. It was kind of his escape plan.
Oh, here.
Oh, man.
And then went right back himself and left the rest of us here.
Yeah, well, we're really glad you actually ended
In
up.
a wealthy community we couldn't afford to live in.
Yeah. What part of Bainbridge Island did you grow up on?
Kind of the north end. I'm in the house I grew up in right now.
Oh, you are? Okay.
That's cool.
No, it's my mom's lives with us.
There's a picture on the Facebook.
Through her cancer.
There's a picture on your Facebook page that is a picture of, I think it's your dad and your mom smoking a cigarette out in front of a building. Is that the house?
My grandpa.
That's your grandpa.
My grandma, Sweetie, and my papa, and he looks like a juice man for the fucking like Santa's mob or something.
Yeah. It's a great shot. It's a great shot. Yeah, totally. It's a classic shot. So
He was quite a character.
when you went out to when you got back out here to Seattle and you started hanging out in high school, and I guess you started in middle school or third grade. Okay, third grade. Did you know some of the rock stars through that period of time, and then grow up with them and hang with those guys that you hung out with?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, well, like Andy Wood was my neighbor, and like Pete Droge, he was my neighbor. I mean, so yeah, people like I've known since like third grade, sure.
Okay.
A lot more of them I met,
High school.
I was actually playing in bands with them and stuff when I was like 14, 15, 16 years old. But some of them go all the way back to third grade.
Yeah. Well, March of Crimes. Who was in March of Crimes?
Well, the original lineup was Pete Droge, me, and a guy named Andy Veterani. And then it was Pete Droge, Steve Nelson, me, and Pete Droge, and then Andy Caro, and then Ben Shepherd, who later went on to Soundgarden, and then later Stone Gossard from Pearl Jam played guitar in a later incarnation. incarnation as well. So I think all told there was 7. And for like a hot minute, this guy named John Price drummed, but I don't think he ever played a show.
Okay. What was your biggest show you guys played at March of Crimes? How many people did you play in front of?
Maybe 1,000. I don't know, probably GVH at the Mountaineers, however many people the Mountaineers building.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's great.
That's a nice little crowd.
Yeah, it was a big stage. It was fun. A lot of running around to do.
Yeah, for sure. And you now...
And it was usually playing for the same 80, 100 people almost every time.
Oh, yeah.
It was a small scene.
Yeah. You probably had a blast. There's a picture I remember of you that I've seen where you're out in front. You were the lead singer, right? For March of Crimes?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
You were the lead singer, man. That's just own that shit, man. It was cool.
I think singing might be a bit of a stretch. I can sing, actually. I have perfect tone. My brother was a lounge entertainer, and I always wished I could have given my tone, because I just have an ear. I have a good tone. He did it so much, and he really wanted to be a baritone like Sinatra, but he was a natural tenor, and so he got himself into trouble that way. But I always wished I could give it because my voice is wasted. I just screamed from March of Crimes. I didn't know how to use my diaphragm yet, so I would actually get crippling headaches after every performance, like fucking migraines, because I was just screaming.
Bursting.
Pop, carotid artery was about to burst. And later I learned how to control my breathing and use my, I kind of wished I'd have become a crooner, because I do love the Great American Song,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Charles, you want to grab your microphone and bring it over towards you? Because I think we're recording on the PA. Don't you want to do that?
I don't think we're recording on the PA.
We're not anymore? Yeah, it's recorded.
Okay.
But don't you want to be able to be heard? I just want to make sure we're not missing that part of it.
Yeah, I think we're recording
Onto the laptop.
Onto the laptop.
Oh, okay.
Microphone.
Okay. I just want to make sure that was clear.
We haven't even heard from the peanut gallery.
I know.
Yeah, ask him a question, guys.
Well, I mean, you and Jeff go way back. So just...
Oh, I got some things I still want to ask.
Yeah, did you get some kind of cool, you're deserving of a trophy for having a banned book?
What
Right.
is he doing now? We got
I don't
20
know.
minutes of actual recording, and we're back to square one with the tech.
We don't know what
No,
he's doing.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking some tech time off.
Oh, there we go. I was looking pretty ghostly.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. You look like your head was going to explode. Is that better?
Yeah, sure.
He's not bright orange.
No.
Yeah, it's all the rage.
It's all the rage these days.
There's something white behind me. I don't look so orange.
That's perfect. Right there. Don't move that. Just hold that there.
There, that's better. So I remember back in Pioneer Square when I first met you, one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life that made me just laugh my ass off. And I've told you this before. Do you?
Postage stamp with my spit.
The postage stamp with your spit, man. It's one of my favorite fucking things. So John comes up to me and, I come up to him. We're standing at the middle of the bar or something. He goes, Lawrence, check this out. And I swear to God, we're both standing up and he spits. And this long I swear to God, it was 2 feet of spit.
Longer. I could do it from like 3 feet, dude. I could stand on
It was insane. And he picks up a piece of paper and slips it back up into his mouth.
It didn't even have to be a stamp. It could just be a thing of paper. Because what happens is the heaviness, the glob, and the spit. You got to be drinking orange juice or something. Viscosity.
Yeah.
There's
Sit on the paper, and I could just draw that sucker up just like
It was a stupid human trick. You should have been on Letterman.
Yes. Yeah, it was. I'm selling myself short. That is another talent. So,
It's pretty good. You've got this
and writing.
and frozen rope.
The other one at the saloon was I was like the quote smart guy. We didn't all go to college and stuff, but sometimes you get some like fucking smart ass college kid in there. And I remember one time when you'd be bartending, you'd have some smart ass, like fucking pretentious college kid. I remember one time he's like, oh, nobody would know who Schopenhauer is, and you go, oh, you should talk to Johnny, and so you made me come over, and like I was like a performing seal, and like, show him how smart you are. It was kind of like represent. And then I ended up schooling him on Schopenhauer. Like, oh yeah, I talked about the world as will and idea, and I talked about Kant, and I talked about Hegel until his head was spinning. I can still do it with the trivia, dude. It's all up there in the transom. Last weekend, my wife got a big old box of
You got
I don't even
a
know what the shit
steel
comes
trap.
from. It just kind of sticks up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one thing that happened in the color box that started a kind of a thing. Two things were sports. You're a big sports fan, and you used to have a show on talk radio. I can't remember where it was in Seattle. What was that?
KJR. It
K-
was KJR 950 AM.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you were Johnny Seattle back then, and we used to play wiffle ball and also basketball, like wiffle basketball or Nerf basketball at the color box. Do you remember playing wiffle ball inside the color box? Did we do that in
I
there?
remember the basketball games.
The basketball games.
I remember Doza and his dad almost getting in fist fights because they were both so competitive. They play on that little Nerf hoop. I don't remember the inside wiffle ball. I remember the wiffle ball was we just basically shut off Yesler and Western.
Yesler and Western, yeah.
And home plate was right in front of the saloon door, basically, right on the,
Yep.
the street.
Yep.
And then center field was that diamond parking lot with the brick building.
Yep.
It was pretty nice because it kind of looked like Camden Yards or something. You had that big old smokestack, and we'd have to stop the game for a little traffic.
Yeah.
Now and then, but yeah, and then there was another place we played down by my place down in the Oceanic that had the huge wall. It was like
Talaki-Paki?
Yeah.
In the parking lot by Talaki-Paki?
Yeah,
Yep.
there's a Talaki-Paki made my the novel I'm working on now. That place is so lame, but it's in my novel. It's where one of the label guys takes the band to kind of impress him.
Okay.
Look at Tequila Bar, and they're just like, oh my god, this was.
We also played on Pier 60, I think.
Yep.
Pier 60. That was a lot of fun. Well,
So we lost all our balls.
yeah, exactly. Hit them.
We didn't really think that one out too well.
No.
You could, yeah.
We didn't do a lot of thinking back then.
Just log it off.
You were the smart one. You should have been guiding us. What is your plan?
I'm the smart one anyway. I told you I'm full of self-loathing, but I don't lack self-confidence. And that's important as a writer because it's like a chainsaw story. You gotta wield that thing. You gotta be in charge of it. Otherwise, you're gonna lose a digit. So I don't lack self-confidence, but I'm full of self-loathing. Dude.
Yeah.
Like every time I do one of these or a speaking gig, I get paid to do these speaking gigs and deliver keynotes, and I do a good job of it.
You're a good orator.
But like I just hate myself afterwards because I always overshare. Like I tell people that about the time I struggled with erectile dysfunction, and then I go back to my hotel room. Fuck, you did it again.
I read.
Yeah, that's a inside voice kind of thing. Yeah. Well, we don't mind you oversharing with us. Hey, do you remember when Kiefer Sutherland came to town and he went up to?
Yeah.
He was shooting that movie and Bandana Mike's tattoo shop above the tobacco cigar store. You guys went up there. Did you?
Revisited the movie. It's the one with the serial killer. Well done. I think it's
She gets buried alive.
the weird.
The Jeff Bridges thing.
Yeah, I just watched it like 2 months ago, and I'm like, oh, there's my buddy Garrett Bennett. I didn't realize before he was the cop. And yeah, I remember that night because he hired Chad. I think he paid Chad, Slam.
Chad, yeah.
That's punk days. Big Chad. Chad's greatest line is we come out there, be some girls at the. Chad was a great guy.
I saw him last year.
Yeah, no, he's still probably at the market.
He is.
But he was a little, he was developmentally disabled in some form.
Yeah.
But he would come up to girls at the saloon and he'd be like, hey, you got some cum? They go, no, sorry. They go, you got some cum?
It's a two-layered line.
Hired him for like $20 because he's a big dude, right?
Yeah.
Hired him for like $20 that night to go from bar to bar because we went to a big bunch of us went from bar to bar all over downtown and Chad who all night long was calling him Keither, and I remember that night really well.
Yeah.
We were at God, was it? I don't even know if it was the Owl and Thistle yet or if it was still Crawfish Alley, but
It was the Owl. It was the Owl.
Yeah, okay. Before that, I remember that place when Andrew the Greek owned it. It was Crawfish Alley. It looked basically the same.
I don't remember that. Didn't he make like a comment? Didn't Kiefer make a comment after one of you guys asked him, so what did you get from your father? And he said something like alcoholism or something like that. And then he went outside and puked in a garbage can.
That I don't remember that particular part, but
Okay.
sounds
That probably sounds like something that happened. Yeah.
Candid admission that's really not too hard to belief. I
Yeah.
think Donald Sutherland was also a raging alcoholic.
Yes, for sure. All right, boys, what do you got? You got something for Johnny? You guys, there's millions of things we could ask.
Oh, yeah, it's tons.
Yeah.
Yeah, do your characters, back to writing, does it, I mean, do they, if they take something with them, you know, are they leaving anything behind for you? I mean, it kind of expands your experience to do research, but the characters themselves, do they leave anything behind with you?
I was having trouble hearing you. You sounded like Darth Vader in
Oh.
the tunnel there. But I think the question was, do my characters leave anything?
Yes.
When I'm done. And yes, they never cease living. Like Craig from west of here. I mean, I sometimes picture him like he's still coaching basketball in Aberdeen. Or, you know, I mean, yeah, they listen, they're real. They're real to me. I mean, I create them lovingly with, I have to experience their, you know, I talk about it as if it's a form of escapism and getting out of my own problems, but the ironic part is I'm usually inhabiting somebody that's got worse problems than me. So, like, I mean, I really do inhabit these characters, and to me they're as real as if they were made of carbon and hydrogen and flesh, and, you know, I mean, they're, so, yeah, and they still live inside me. And, like, you know, that's what I want for the reader, too. I want the characters to be so alive that, I mean, that's the ultimate compliment. It's like, I remember once somebody read all about Lulu, and they wrote me this letter, and they were like, I passed those dinosaurs in Cabazon, and I remembered this night when I was in high school where I had this thing here with the girl, and I just couldn't remember who the girl was, and it was just this epic, memorable night, and he just, through the letter, he worked it out, and then he realized that it was a scene from the book, because he had no reason to be in Cabazon or Sanford, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it was so real in his consciousness that it's so, that's how, you know, that's, to me, that's the ultimate. That's what I'm trying to offer the reader is lived experience. I'm not trying to edify them. I'm not trying to, I'm entertaining them, yes, but I'm asking them to be an active participant. I don't want to browbeat them. I don't want to edify them with my worldview. I want to have them make inferences. I want to leave a little trail of breadcrumbs that's going to allow them to be part of the, that's the greatest tool in a writer's belt. People don't realize that, in fact, a lot of academia that teaches writing doesn't really acknowledge that. They think that that's somehow a lowbrow take on it. It's all, everything's about the authorial and what the author has to say, and really, to me, it's more of a collaboration between the reader and the, because, you know, I can try to create effects till I'm blue in the face, but unless the reader is also, you know, on board, it's not going to work. That's the thing that all bad writing has in common, is that it forgets the reader. Like, it can either forget the reader in a sort of tell you too much browbeating where you're just like, I'm totally disinterested, or it can be obscure, like on the other end, it can be so obscure you don't know what we're talking about, but all of it forgets the reader. So, like, the thing about telling a story that's most important, that I always stress, like when I'm mentoring somebody or something like that, because I'm basically beholden to Aristotelian dramatics. I still work in this sort of ancient three acts, rising stakes, rising action, you know, climax, denouement. Sometimes I frustrate that, and I have so many characters and so many narrative lines, you don't recognize it in a formulaic way like you do with a Hollywood knockoff movie where you're going, like, I know this is going to happen. Like, I watch movies, my family hates watching movies.
Yeah.
I just call exactly what's going to happen. So, like, part of the deal is I'm still beholden to the same principles of dramatic structure that Aristotle laid out, really, but I'm finding different ways to frustrate them. Because the truth is that's how we metabolize stories, right? And so, I don't know, to me I have to always audit. What happens is when you're writing a story, you know everything about the character. Beyond the page, you know, all this off the page. I know their whole history. I have to keep very careful track if I'm going to do my best work to remember exactly what I'm telling the reader. So you start to view the story purely as information, and only when you can view it purely as information can you really utilize the writer as a tool, because that's where you can do things like red herrings, or, you know, it's a story's like a great story's like a joke. You know what I mean? Like, a joke is that a joke catches you by surprise, but then you recognize the truth in it almost instantaneously. That's what you're going for in a story, is to subvert expectation so that you can surprise the reader, but then even as they're surprised, they're like, of course. It's like marrying the unexpected to the inevitable, and presenting it in a way where because you could write the same story and it could just sit there and be really flat if you don't. And I've done that before. My first draft of This Is Your Life, Harry and Chance, when I turned it in, my editor and my agent were just like, we don't like it. We don't really like Harriet. It's just, and it was sort of stultifyingly linear, and I had an aha moment with it, which was that, okay, it's not the information in the story is not the problem, it's how I'm being presented. So I got creative with how I presented the information. And so by presenting the information in a different form, in a different way, I was able to develop all this sympathy with Harriet that she wasn't developing with the reader before. And by the time it was over, 6 weeks later, I reinvented the whole novel. My agent and my editor loved it. But it was all the same information. It's all in the telling. It's all in the... And that's when it becomes so important to really consider what the reader knows, because if you can kind of lead the reader, you can also sort of subvert their expectation and deceive them a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it sounds manipulative, and in a way it is. But you have to earn their trust before you can do that.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's not it.
You're not going to earn their trust by browbeating them or like fucking, like beating them over the head with your worldview or your politics or telling them all the stuff you know. I mean, once they smell the coffee on your breath, it's like it's over.
Jeez, you are the smart one.
Yeah. Hey, John. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, what about how do you feel about audiobooks?
What audiobooks? I can't listen to them personally because all my books are on audio. A few of them have won awards. I always get to choose the talent. They give me like 5 or 6.
Jeez, that's nice.
People to choose from. And like my most recent, I picked a woman named Kimberly Farr. I thought it was important, even though The Heart of Winter is told from 2 points of view. It's about a 70-year marriage, and it's Abe and Ruth back and forth. I felt it was a little more Ruth's book, so I was adamant that I wanted a female voice actor for that one. So I get to choose, but to be honest, even though they're great, they can breathe, they can enunciate, they have great pipes and everything like that, it never really sounds... The cadence is never the cadence I hear in my voice.
Yep.
What about you doing it?
Well, because I don't modulate my voice, you know what I mean? I can just read one way. If I wrote a memoir, I probably wouldn't do it. I actually threw my hat in the ring for a book once.
But isn't that what they want to hear? Is your voice? Like what? No matter what it.
It depends who you mean by they. I don't even know.
Well, somebody who's going to be listening to the book.
Yeah, I don't know because I read rave reviews. I mean, like I read a lot of great reviews for the people that did it. They win awards and stuff. It's just, I think to me personally, having written the sentences and knowing the musicality of the sentences and knowing where the inflection is and how they sound and just the temperament of the prose is different. It's less modulated. It's more dynamic and I think I'm actually underrated as a prose stylist. I just want my language to sing, or swing rather, like Louis Armstrong, like you have beat. I want mine to be just ahead of the beat or just behind the beat. I want it to swing. And if I need to use poetic language, I'm going to have it serve the moment. I don't need a character who's like who's eating an apple or turning on a lamp and their thoughts are a smoky chiaroscuro of longing. I'm like, oh, come on, he's turning on a lamp.
Where'd you come up with that word?
I don't know. Yeah. That's Wednesday.
About that exact same thing in Long Boy. But yeah, so like the language is like, I just see it as the blood that runs through the story. And so like, if I'm writing short, punchy action, I'm going to use probably shorter, punchier language. If I'm being more, if I'm being more philosophical, I'm going to let the language breathe a little and stuff. And so, like, even though they're professionals, I don't know that the voice actor is always going to. I think they're great. They're probably a consumer would choose them over me. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They're better at it than me. It's just I'm better at it in my own head because I wrote the words, so I know what they sound like in my head. So, like, I think it's probably the right move for consumers, but.
Yeah.
Hey, Jonathan, is that sort of the same thing with when Hollywood comes calling and you had your book made into a movie?
Yeah, I have no interest in writing it. And because I was a lot of writers get really proprietary over that stuff. I was the opposite. When Rob Burnett from Worldwide Pants reached out to me, I'm like, this is yours now, run with it. Anything I can help with, let me know. And he did. He asked me questions about off-the-page motivations. And but by doing that, see what happens is when somebody adapts a book, they do. They kind of got to make it their own. So by doing that, I got really involved in the film, but I got involved in the film in more of a capacity as a caregiver, like helping Paul Rudd. This is how we brush teeth. This is how we pick Trev up out of the chair. This is, you know what I mean? So I was there on a consulting basis. But I mean, I got to go to Sundance. When it closed Sundance, I got to be on set. I got all this stuff because I wasn't a dickhead about it, because it was like, oh, you can't change Ben's age to 37. He's 36. I mean, some people are really touchy.
Yeah.
Once they buy it, I'm like, it's yours. Run with it, dude.
Yeah, right on.
Harriet's been in focus for like 7 years. They just keep paying me, but they haven't produced it yet. But at this point, I made as much money off it as I did in the film that did get made.
Wow.
See it made. But I have no interest in writing screenplays.
Yeah, let somebody else do that.
They want my advice on something, I'm happy to do it. I don't profess to be a great screenwriter. I trust that there's somebody out there that's been writing screenplays longer than me that knows some tricks I don't know. I don't presume to be. It's just like people say, why did you write a big splashy romance, or why did you write a thriller, a legal thriller? And I'm constitutionally incapable, right? I got to give it up for the people that have the skill set. I'm not denigrating it. I just couldn't. If I tried to write a romance, it would be the most fucking subverted, creepy, weird, like.
I want to hear it. I want to read it. I want to read it.
And then we'll do the audio.
I couldn't do it, so I may not write a great. Who knows if I'd write. I do write good dialogue, but I don't know if I'd even write a good screenplay. I've written.
Give us an example. Tell me just off the top of your head, like. Describe a scene where a man and a woman are together and it's starting to go down. Go ahead, go.
Just look no further than the lovemaking scene in West of Here with Franklin Bell, who's like the only black guy in Port Angeles.
Yeah.
He drives around in his fucking Taurus wagon listening to the whitest music ever. He's like a big Neil Sedaka fan. And Hillary, who's trying really hard not to be a lesbian. There's a great awkward sex scene in that. That's my idea of romance. Perfect. Her breaking a heel in a parking lot, walking off into the fog. I mean, it's not,
It's a whole new genre. It's Johnny Evison. The romance novels by Jonathan Evison.
I give it, people have different skill sets. I don't claim to be a screenwriter. I have written 4 or 5 of them, but I don't, so I have no interest.
You met Paul Rudd and Selena Gomez, and you were on the set of the filming at any point, at times, obviously?
Yeah, for quite a while. I was down in Atlanta for a couple weeks.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that experience, working in a movie world. I know you've got some experience working as a production manager on like a Ford commercial prior to that, but...
I did a bunch of PAing and stuff back in the day. I was the worst PA ever too. I was totally inept, but I was really good for morale. Like the other PAs liked me, and so the first AD usually liked me inside. But I mean, I had this one shoot where I was like I was like the insurance premium. I fucking took out an awning at a hotel in Wenatchee because I forgot I was stoned and I forgot I was driving a cube truck. Because it's just a little cab. I forget you got like 8 feet of truck above you. Took out the entire awning. I ran over the script consultant's beloved fold-up chair she'd had for like 15 years. I took out one of those fucking barriers at the gas station. This is all sleep deprivation and just. I would party with the girls from the
craft catering
until like 3 in the morning. Then we'd have like a 7 a.m. Oh, and the best one of all was I drove. They were doing this one shot. It was like the fucking crux of the whole commercial, right? It's supposed to be on a tarmac, right? And it's like 110 degrees in eastern Washington. And it's just one shot, no dialogue. The whole thing involves this dolly. It's a dolly shot coming down like through the lanes of traffic. They can't do the shot. It's the only shot they've got planned for the day. Well, I stayed up partying with I was like jumping off the fucking, not the diving board, but the actual, the slide into the pool and stuff at like 3 in the morning at a hotel in Wenatchee. And I woke up at like 6 in the morning after 3 hours sleep, and I grabbed the wrong day's call sheet, and I was driving the truck that had the dolly.
Oh, fuck.
200 miles in the wrong direction. This is in the days before cell phones, right? And so like the entire crew of like 50 people, all the actors, everybody is just like stuck on this shapeless area in the middle of the desert all day, 200 miles away.
With air conditioning.
In a cube truck. at this other thing called Ribbon Road, which is kind of a famous in car commercials. You've seen it in car commercials. It's a road in Eastern Washington, shooting up and down. And I get there and I'm like, oh, I recognize this. We're not shooting here again, are we? And then I'm like, oh God, it's Wednesday, not Tuesday. And I realized my mistake. And this is before a cell phone, because so I can't even stop bleeding, dude. And I am out in the middle of fucking nowhere, like nowhere. All I have is a call sheet. And I realized immediately what's going on. I know what the shot is. I know they're all out of the fucking where the fuck's the dolly? Everybody, all that labor, everyone's getting paid. They're getting bonus that day. No shot is happening because I fucked up. And all of a sudden I had to take a shit. Just because of the fear. And there's nowhere, there's not a house within miles. I mean, this is out in the fucking middle of nowhere.
Perfect.
I had to park my truck on the side of the road and I ran out into a field and I just fucking, I just exploded. You know what I mean? I had like explosive.
Oh, it's a fight, flight, or poop.
We've already gone this far. And then I realized I didn't even have time to like question this decision, right? You just run for you don't want to do it in the truck. And then I realized I got nothing to wipe my butt with. Except
oh my God,
the call sheet.
Do the Indian leather thing so I don't get chafing, where you wrinkle the paper up enough times that it gets up, and then I gotta wipe it. But then I gotta wipe it off on the fucking hay or whatever on the field because I'm gonna need the call sheet to call the producer.
No!
I don't have the phones before cell phones. So I got to drive like a mile and a half to this old motorhome where this old couple lives. And I'm like, can I use your phone, please? And I try to explain, like, they let me in and they're going to let me use their landline. And I kind of gingerly
Nasty.
And I called, and the lesson here, there is a lesson in the story, which is that I learned that, this is, when you're a producer, you just need to know. There's always, when you're collaborating with 50 people, something's always going to go wrong. Somebody's going to fuck up.
Really?
The most important thing is an accountable person. So I was accountable. So he didn't even get that mad because I was accountable. I'm like, look, this is on me. I fucked this up. Like, that's what a producer wants, is just right away. Okay, I know where the breach is. Now I can start solving the problem. But if nobody's got any accountability and everyone's like, I don't know how it happened, and it's like, I grabbed the wrong ball. And so he wasn't even mad at me. In fact, he loved me. By the end of the set, I was like the first guy getting massaged. Like, I don't know how to pull that off, but I did all that was just one shoot.
You cost them more money than it cost to produce the whole thing. The box truck was destroyed. You cost them some dollars.
Oh, well, at least whatever their insurance premium was.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
yeah,
so
that was my experience with film before. So, like on set with Fundamentals of Caring, as they changed the title to, the revised Fundamentals of Caring is just too long for people to watch movies, I guess. But that was different. I was like right on set by the camera, looking at the dailies. Sitting by Paul or Craig Roberts or Selena was kind of not as present. Like she would sort of arrive on set. Yeah, of course I met her over the course of time, and I met her again but. Like with Paul and Craig, they were just kind of there around with me, sitting on chairs. I had my own director's chair and everything. But I was never like, that's not what he says, or like, I was just an observer until it was like, I saw something that like, because you have to be credible with the caretaking, and especially when you're dealing with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, you need to know, like, frankly, Craig wouldn't be able to do that. You know what I mean? So This is how we handle that. And so I was there. I felt useful because I was kind of more of a caregiving consultant, Duchenne muscular dystrophy expert. But like I didn't feel like I was a writer there. And you know me, I'm very working class, egalitarian. So I always ate lunch with like the grips and stuff. They didn't even know who I was. They just thought I was like a relative. And so finally the guy's like, hey, so what are you doing here? And I go, well, I wrote the book. What the fuck are you eating with us? Why aren't you over with the producers? I just like, it's not my style,
No. That's what makes you so charming, man. It makes you so approachable. Is just you can sit and talk with anybody and make them feel really welcome. That's what I've always enjoyed about your company. It's been pretty fantastic.
Thank you. This is how I was raised. I can't stand. I don't like the literary escorts. Sometimes I'll have somebody meet me at the airport and they'll want to carry my bag. I'm like, no, please.
You tell me about the time you drove down Western Avenue in Seattle in a bulldozer to the saloon.
Yeah, it wasn't a bulldozer. What it was kind of like a backhoe, but it had the whole chassis revolved, and they left the key in it. So imagine it's got tracks. It looks like a tank. But the chassis is much like a lazy Susan, right? So this thing can kind of, the scoop can go in any direction.
Right.
Well, they left the key in it, and I figured how to motor that fucker up and just drive it straight down Western Avenue, but I couldn't get the chassis to stop spinning, so I was like, I turned off the ignition and went to, remember the other one was, remember I found that little bike in the alley? It was like it wasn't even a clown bike, it was like bike for like a kid who was too young to ride a bike, like he was walking around. But I would ride that fucking thing to the saloon and park at the bike rack, so my friends could always kind of drive by and scope and look for my bike if I was there.
Johnny's there. Yeah. Those are the days.
Was I calling card, and remember I had the lighter that was this big? It was
No.
It was a lighter, it was a Zippo, it was this big, and I would bring it along because people were always asking you for a light, and I'd have to go, look at all my pockets and then pull out this giant thing.
Where the hell did you get that?
I
Jesus.
don't know, it was an actual Zippo.
Yeah.
It was just, it was like promotional size, it was huge.
Promotional
size. I got some matches in here somewhere that you pull out this,
Oh, that's fucking great.
Those were just fun times. That was kind of my education. I went to a little college, but basically I spent my college-age years just drinking in that bar with a bunch of people playing darts.
All the time.
It wasn't like it wasn't education. There were so many artists. I know we talk about the musicians, but there was painters, there was actors,
sculptors,
there was
and
Debbie Lester from Arts Access.
That's before MTV really kind of blew it up, and so like around 1990, it was still, rents were cheap. A lot of us lived downtown. I lived at 19 and a half 2nd Avenue across from Sub Pop. I had the entire floor of a building for, remember that one?
That was a great.
Yeah.
Did you live there with Doza?
Doza lived in the ticket and because it used to be a dancing studio, so he lived in basically what was the reception area. He didn't have a door or anything.
There were some parties there, man. There were some good parties there.
The only problem is there's only windows in the front and the back of the building.
Yeah.
So like my room was like a sex palace. I painted it like a Italian restaurant, like deep red and green, but there was no windows. It was like midnight in there all the time.
Nice.
Those are good days. Those are really fun.
Yeah.
Really, basically.
What was your inspiration?
It got too expensive.
What was your inspiration to become a writer? Was it your mom that made you inspired?
My sister died in a freak accident the weekend of her 16th birthday, and that kind of exploded our family. And my dad moved us up here and left, and I was just kind of the outside forces of my world were conspiring to put me sort of at risk. And plus, I was undiagnosed bipolar 2. If they had diagnosed me, I'd probably have been on Ritalin or whatever they were giving them then. So I was climbing the walls. My family life was falling apart. My 3rd grade teacher noticed that I just liked to escape into writing, and so she just encouraged that and let me just do it. And actually, I published a children's story in 4th grade. Seattle Pacific University, I think, published it, and it's called The King Without a Crown. And then I didn't publish it again for like 30 years. It was just 30 years of rejection after my auspicious beginning.
In 4th grade.
I think I was 39, and my wife was pregnant with our first kid. We were just living on like fish sticks and cheap beer, and then it happened for me. And then since then, all my dreams came true. But I had to stick it out for 20 years as a starving artist, and the truth of the matter was, I was not unhappy. I didn't keep writing because I thought number 8's the charm. I told you, I wrote because I needed to do it. I love it. It's what I was born to do, and it's who I am. But like, I'm no happier being successful. I was always a happy guy. I'm just glad to have the work. I am glad as a family man that I found a career that is lucrative enough, because now I got my mom to take care of too, so 6 mouths to feed. So I'm grateful for it in that respect. But like, that was never kind of the end goal for me. I'm kind of happy being a starving artist.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. I can't afford to anymore.
Yeah.
Well, you go from city to city to city too. Is it a typical thing for a writer of your caliber or any caliber to go and do book signings and readings at bookstores and those tours? Is that typical anymore?
Every writer. You got to kind of have the skill set. They're not going to run everybody out there. If it's somebody who's like, morbidly shy or something, it's just like save everybody the trouble.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I was doing 40, 50 cities a year. But after the pandemic, then I I only go east of the Mississippi for a couple events anymore. I mean, I probably do like 13 cities on average now or something like that, but it used to be like 40 or, but once the pandemic happened and they realized, hey, we can do this on Zoom or whatever, like it really killed that, like my next, I'll probably do 10 to 13 cities or something like, but it's better for me not to do that anymore. I mean, it was hard, like on west of here, I think I did 50 cities over like a 4-month period, and my wife had just had the kid, and I felt like I was just away too much. Like when you have kids, you just don't want to be away that much. I mean, the first night's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then by the second night, I'm just scrolling through pictures of my kids, wishing I was back home. So it kind of works out. It's hard because it helped me help myself, though. You know, I got a lot of traction making readers one at a time and visiting bookstores and doing all those speaking. It helped. It helped me build my audience. And so I don't have quite the opportunity I once had that way. Nobody does. They just don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, John, you got one of your books got banned quite a bit, right? Lawn Boy?
Yeah, it was the second most banned book in America. Okay, here's some good oversharing. So the whole thing, the scene that got me banned was, it was based on 4th grade. I gave this kid a blowjob while we were just kind of sexually experimenting. It could have been a girl. Look, I mean, it was just 4th grade. It's just like, whatever, playing doctor or whatever. And so me and this kid experimented. And I never thought about it again until like 15 years later, this guy became like one of the big realtors in the county. And so like I'd see his face every quarter mile. I'm driving, hey, there's so-and-so. I think I put his dick in my mouth. To the grocery store, I flip over the thing and hey, there he is. And then I ended up stealing one of his real estate signs just to have it in my garage. But anyway, that scene, that experience is the scene in the book that. But the problem is some lady conflated it with an adult doing it with a kid, which it wasn't. It was 2 adults discussing something that happened when they were like 10. But she conflated it with an adult, with a child filleting an adult, which is clearly not happening. She didn't, it was being willfully misrepresented. But the point is here, it sold like 50,000 books or something just because of the banning. It was the second most banned book in America. And I'm like, fuck, it was all because of that blowjob.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'd give 3 more right now.
50,000 books.
3 of you guys.
Can you guarantee sales?
It ends up I'm straight, so
Yeah.
I found that out from that. I think I knew that before the experimentation. I was just warning. I mean, when you're in 4th grade, you're like just on the peak of puberty, you're just walking around taking flowers out of vases, looking for, anything, looking for a good time. So I don't think it was ever about. But anyway, I didn't turn out gay or anything like that. But thank God I filleted that kid because it sold me a lot of books.
Yeah, do you wear that as like a badge of honor, getting the ban, or is it?
Sure. Well, I mean, I grew up in punk rock bands, so I've been trying to rattle along, but it's just pure dumb luck. I mean, look, I didn't even write anything that Judy Blume's written. Says she's been writing that shit for 50 years. You know what I mean? Younger kids sexually experimenting innocently. It was nothing depraved about it. You know what I mean? Except some puritanical people like, who talks about children experimenting with sexuality? I'll tell you who. Pedophiles. I almost
The reality.
sued Fox News. God, that would have
You say that again? What did you say?
I almost sued Fox News, and it wasn't even because Tucker Carlson called me a pedophile.
What?
Care. Just sold books. I mean, I had some death threats for a while, and I had to shut down my socials. But the thing is, who reached out to me actually was the same law team that did the Sandy Hook. Alex Jones.
Yeah.
It's like this legal team of like 15 people, and they approach me and they say, we love your damages. Being called a pedophile is the worst and called a murderer. It turns out that nobody really believed him anyway. It hasn't really impacted my life except for a few death threats for a couple weeks there.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, even the people that anybody even just read one sentence before she started, one sentence after, realized that there was no truth to it. But anyway, they loved my damages. Fox was down. They just finished the settlement. It was a perfect time. I thought, fuck, I'm finally going to get into some real money.
Some lawsuit money, oh yeah.
Like $6-7 million in damages or something. The problem is it turns out, and they have like 30 lawyers looking into it, is that defamation is really slippery. Because you can just say, according to sources, you don't have to define your sources.
Yeah.
It's just there's a lot of, to pin somebody down for an actual defamation case, among lawyers is notoriously bad. So that was bad news because I would have loved to have been famous
Yes.
for being the guy that sued Fox.
Yes.
Yeah. What did Dominion get? Like 787
something
million
like
or
that.
something billion? It was crazy.
That would have been life changing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'd be 300 pounds right now. I'd be like laying down on a bed like a clean termite doing this.
So let me ask you this:
Ice cream on a
what else did you do as a kid that you could write about that could be maybe banned? Let's just explore this. 'Cause sucking a boy's dick or getting your dick sucked by a 10-year-old boy when you're 10 is one thing, but
Yeah, I mean, nothing that juicy. I just, look, if it's takers, it'll give me 50,000 book sales for one. I'm on. Man.
yeah, absolutely. Negative press sells.
Give me a tube of breath mints and let's go. I got a balance to feed.
Yeah. And well, we've loved having you on the show, Johnny. And is there any other questions you guys have for John at all?
No, I hadn't yet. I mean, really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, John, thanks for.
Ron, it was good to see you again, Mike. I solely recognize you. It wasn't just on pay. I mean, I just recognized
Sure.
you're just a Pioneer Square face. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
I'm used to seeing you all over.
He's the mayor of Renton.
Well, geez. And I'm really happy for all your success. So congratulations.
Well, I appreciate it, and thanks for having me. I hope you guys, you're going to have a little work to do with post on some of this audio. Look into that AI program I was talking about.
Yeah, I'll take into Riverside.
Not only noise cancellation stuff that can get rid of like some of this doubled up stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are tools, AI tools that can help you clean it up. Look into it.
Right on.
Thanks, John. We appreciate you coming on the show, and get back to writing and tell your family I said hi. And when you have that open time maybe next summer, I'd love to come out to the cabin and play some croquet.
No, you can come anytime you want. I don't have it in me to plan a party for 18 guys and do a bro
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be out there. August is pretty open. I'm gonna be out there. So.
Okay. Well, I'll give you a call.
Great.
All right, John.
All right.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
Cheers.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. Sharing is caring, boys. Anything new happening in your world this week?
Hey. Yeah, like that we've already experienced it that we're looking forward to experiencing.
Let's start off with looking to experience.
Well, geez, yeah, this coming weekend, so until we invent our time machine, it will be your last weekend. The Fallout Records, comics, skateboards, having their once in a while reunion show and get together.
Nice.
So there's
Where's that being held?
Friday is at Fantagraphics. Right down in
Fantagraphics?
Georgetown. Yeah, the
The record
publishing
store?
house. Yeah, it's Georgetown Records / Fantagraphics,
Nice.
which is one of the just best art house shops on the planet.
Sure.
Right, and they've been at it forever.
Kind of
So,
the KEXP of,
kind of, yeah, alternative media and music.
and that's this weekend?
And their publishing house to boot. Yeah, yes. And Fallout was great. It was
Yeah.
it was a super cool punk rock,
was, yeah.
skateboard, music, promote, bands.
Remember when they were the bomb shelter up on Broadway for a long time, and there were
sure.
skateboards and a few records, and then I forget what happened. One of them broke up with the other, and he went down and opened up Fallout down on Olive, right?
Yeah.
Down below the B&O.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
on Capitol
B&O.
Hill.
On Capitol Hill.
Yeah. Yeah,
B&O. I would love Beano Espresso, right?
Yeah.
just east of Broadway.
Right.
That place was good.
They had
good
one
place.
in the market up on.
Yeah,
the
didn't we
Broadway
know
market
people
for a
that
while.
worked there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
they were
ex-wife,
friends. Yes.
had a friend.
Yes.
Can't think of her name right now.
Yeah,
but
me neither.
She worked there, and she worked at that bar down on.
The Rebar?
No, there was the pool table, Queen City Grill.
Oh, way down.
She worked down
on
there.
First.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, next to the Frontier Room or across.
Yeah, she
Oh,
would
yeah.
work both places.
Remember Frontier Room?
Oh, Nina. Oh, Nina. Did I tell you the story about Nina? Basically, she was her own sheriff. She, at the Frontier Room, sitting at the bar. There's a guy next to me, and he's giving her lip, and I'm like, scooting over. And Nina gets that deadpan look on her face. Not that she ever had any other look on her face, but she grabbed that guy without even thinking, after he just gave her a little bit of lip, pulled him across the bar, beat the shit out of him, and then said, "What are you doing behind the bar?" Right?
Yeah.
And then just threw him out
Yeah.
and took him out the front door. She was business.
That's
she was
business.
a strong-willed lady.
Man.
Yeah. Anyway, back to B&O Espresso and the topic at hand. Yes, if you were wondering, yes, I do remember
Oh,
her.
Seattle in the 90s.
Yes.
Us in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was supple. I could skateboard, you know.
Yeah, you're not so supple anymore, are you?
man.
Your back's hurting. isn't
So
it?
dumb.
Getting old stupid.
Stretch your sciatica.
Should have been a kid forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
else? What else?
Oh,
Anything happened
yeah,
this
so that's
past
the
weekend?
oh, geez, no. Everything's fine.
All right.
Next. Yeah.
What about you, Jeff?
Oh gosh, is this a kid? Is this a kid friendly or R-rated? I've been focused on something that I haven't been doing in a long time, and that's my own pleasure. And
nice.
I met somebody that allows that to kind of happen. So it's
Right
been
on.
really, really enlightening and supportive. She is my muse.
I mean, wonderful.
Yeah, it's great.
Come on.
And,
That's awesome. Yeah.
been playing around with my drone, shooting a few videos, getting a little better at the ups and downs and lefts and rights. I flew it around the Weston, up and
Did
down.
you just
the
go
whole
off
thing.
the balcony and start flying, or
I checked out of the hotel. I spent the night there and ended up going down to the pool, which is on the 5th floor of the South Tower, and just sat outside on there's a little veranda out there outside the pool, and just started it up and took off. I don't know if I was breaking any major rules.
Nobody said anything.
Nobody said anything, but those things probably are like, being traced and followed. But really had a great time because it's a different perspective from up in the air, especially in downtown Seattle. There's a lot to look at.
Yeah.
And the night before, the moon that was out is this upcoming tomorrow's moon, the 10th. It's kind of like a truck stop moon or some big giant moon. Well, looking out the hotel room window, it was insanely red. I've never seen a redder moon than I saw at
Jeez, that's interesting.
4 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the
Is
morning.
that sailor's delight or just Jeff's delight?
It was a both. I'm sure the sailors were having fun, but I really don't care about those guys. Yeah. Yeah, I'm living a magical dream right now. So
Nice.
I'm waiting to wake up, but it's
Oh, well,
it's-
geez, until you
it's-
do,
I'm gonna
you
enjoy
don't.
it.
Yes.
I'm enjoying it. So
Nice.
yeah, thanks to the contributing Patreon person, Janelle. Thank you, Janelle. You're
Yes,
the
thank
best.
you so much.
Yep. If you ever meet a
I mean,
Janelle,
and
you
if
should do it.
anybody else out there
Wants to join her.
wants to
Yeah,
donate,
we'll take it one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I did that. Enjoyed myself. Walked around Seattle like I was a tourist again.
Oh, that's great.
Hit Pike Place Market. Shot it from a up Pike, because if you're coming from Pike and east and you're looking west, there's that big Pike Place Market
Yep.
sign. And I got real low and took some great shots of that. And
From the drone.
no, that was just
Okay.
from like,
Oh.
yeah, I didn't
Okay,
take that
gotcha.
with me on my little walkabout, but
Yeah.
I didn't fly it all the way from the Weston
I was gonna say,
over
man.
there, but
Yeah.
but that thing will go a mile away. I can set it for about a mile
Yeah, you
away.
were getting far out on the lake.
A mile's a
for the
long
fireworks.
That was
Yeah.
about 2,000, 2,500, 3,000 feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
it-
that's impressive.
As long as there's nothing
Yeah.
in the way,
Sure.
it can go quite
Yeah,
a
over the
ways.
lake, there's nothing there, right?
No,
So-
I just
Well,
happened to be
mass
behind
boats.
a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Right.
I was in this big giant crowd. I got myself kind of fucked up over there, so I had to hold it up high because every time I went down, I'd lose connection to the drone.
Oh,
But those drones are great. You guys should get one out there in Drone Land or Our Town Podcast Land. They're a lot easier to fly than you think. It's just that learning curve at the very
Still a
beginning.
little nerve-wracking, though, sometimes.
Yeah, not anymore for me. Interestingly, just because does yours
You've built that confidence.
Well, does your drone have a something to look at on a screen?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but because you want to focus.
Don't look at the drone.
I know. You really want to focus on
That's
the drone.
impossible.
But then
Yeah.
the camera, it's like, okay, the camera's here and I'm looking at this, but are my propellers pieced it. Am I getting too close to that tree? Do I come over? So I went over to the library here that spans the river, and I went across the bridge to the other side of the river. And what I did is I flew it up underneath the bridge and then came up. So you see the drone going under. The footage is great because it goes under the bridge and it comes up and there's the library. And it's exactly what I wanted to do. So I get it across and then I go up and I'm like, oh.
What's above me?
Yeah.
Because you're around a lot of trees.
A lot of trees and stuff. So I'm like, okay. So now I'm like looking at the screen. I'm like, come down. Am I too close to that tree? Got to come over. Got to come down. And then I'm going back under the bridge. And you got to know the controls. Up, down, left, right, turn. So I get about 3/4 of the way back under the bridge and I go up and I'm hiding in the I-beams up in there. And I'm like, oh shit. Because I'm thinking if I go too high.
Did you make a little bit of a mistake and go too high up in there? You're like, now I'm here. Now what do I do?
Yeah. So I'm like, am I too close? Because now if it propeller craps out, it's in the river.
Sure.
Right. So I'm like, fuck. And it's not a super expensive drone, but I don't want to lose it.
It's not not a one-time use either.
Right? So I was able to kind
like
of
a moist
inch it down, and then I spotted it, and I was like, okay, bring it out. And I'm like, so it's still a little. Went up to Philip Arnold and took it up really high, not fearing the heights because it's cool, it's up there.
You don't have anything
but then
around
planes are coming through, and I'm like, oh shit. I mean, is there a limit to where I'm supposed to be?
There is.
Yeah.
And there's a class 7 or whatever it is thing, but your drone's probably not over 249 grams.
Yeah, it's really small.
So there's restricted airspace, but I think you're okay up there.
Yeah.
And would they? Is there a type of? And I'm not saying they're negligent in this, but are there signage choices that municipalities can post that say you can't drone here?
Yes,
I don't think they've started
not
doing that
signage,
too much.
not signage, but in the drone I have has warning. So like I can't fly it down this street on 3rd past Williams.
Oh, because it knows where it's at on a larger scale.
It's got a GPS connected to it, so it just stops.
Sure.
I can't get it to go any further that way. And then it has limitations to height as well.
Sure. Yeah.
But I was going to say the drone I have has got avoidance protection. So on the screen itself, you see a red line start. It's kind of a yellow line, and then it gets red when you get too close to something. And then if it gets too close, it's got radar or LiDAR.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
It's got LiDAR, and so it will go around the tree, right? So if it's heading toward the tree or it's going like this, it'll just come to a stop.
Until you work it around.
Correct, but it won't go
I
any
haven't
faster.
tested it because I flew yours once and I noticed that, or I was watching you fly something
in here,
and I noticed it. Right, it would stop.
Right,
maybe we were flying it and it stopped at a stop sign, or it stopped at a street light or something.
Yeah, I think
and
so.
it just knew. It's like I can't go farther.
Yep,
mother ever.
And you can set that in the settings. It says you can either bypass and it'll go around it. It'll just work its way around. It'll slow it down and work around it, or it'll just come to a stop.
Yeah.
So
a couple of features I did like over there because I was on the big baseball field and there was nobody else around. Is I did the follow me feature.
Yeah. How'd that
so
work?
I just it worked perfectly.
Absolutely.
I just this was just the follow behind.
Got it.
And then I did the circle.
Right.
In my thought process was it was going to make I was going to be the center of the circle and it was going to do the circumference around me, but it didn't. I was like on the edge of the circumference for some reason. And I don't know if it just had a weird glitch.
Like it goes out by a few feet.
Yeah, and it was like a 30-foot.
But do you highlight yourself on the screen?
No, I just felt it would take maybe that's what I need to do.
Yeah, there's a thing in it where you find yourself. It recognizes a person.
Yeah.
And then you push that little plus mark on the screen, and then you drag it over yourself, and then it says, "Oh, that's the person." And so wherever you're at, if you move or whatever, it does a little circle around it.
Yeah,
I'm getting good now at just doing that without having to use that. Like around the Jimi Hendrix thing, I got some good, flawless kind of.
Yeah, it's great for footage, man. It is.
It's great,
it's
and I'm
really
having a
nice.
blast with that
is
thing.
really nice.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. I really do want to do what we did with Ashley Weaver, Pinball Wizard.
Hey, keep it clean, all right?
No. I just mean
Don't let everybody know about that.
at the end of the show, we had her on the street and we did a backup.
Yeah, some drone promo shots.
Whenever we
Great.
have a guest in, it would be great just to put them out here on the corner and do a back. Yeah, it was awesome.
It's a good tool to have. I like it.
Yeah.
And it's got really good quality camera on it.
Sure.
It does really well.
Yeah, it's really neat.
Yep.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, cool. So that was fun, and I plan to use it more places you had recommended or had suggested.
Yeah, I'm going to probably be out this weekend doing the same thing.
Yeah,
So
going down to
I don't know where I'm going to go yet, but
the stadium.
the Seahawks facility.
Yeah.
You probably have security guards.
Yeah.
Get out!
The problem is they don't know where you're at.
Yeah.
I wonder if they shoot at you with a T-shirt can.
Sure. Yeah. During a Mariners game, you just come in and up and over.
Yeah.
And,
They'll stop games, right? If they see drones and
fuck
stuff.
yeah.
We were at the
Yes.
Of
I mean, I
course.
get that. Yeah.
we were at the Hockey Classic, which is a game that they play outside once a year. The NHL. I'm not a big hockey guy, but we got free tickets to sit up in this luxury booth and catered and the whole thing. We got all these little Kraken souvenirs and stuff like that. Hart came out and played the halftime or between the periods show, which was kind of fun. But there was a drone that kept floating around, and I was like, fuck, is this somebody flying? But I guess it was with the stadium that was doing the drone flying, so they could get shots of just people and stuff. But speaking of drones, so 4th of July, we've got dogs, so they do not like fireworks.
Dope them up.
We do, but they're still nervous. The whole evening just sucks for them. So
It's awful.
So we're wife heads to bed. It must be about midnight, maybe 12:30, something like that. I go into the office and I'm working on some Hank and Marge that we're going to come up with pretty soon. But it's just I got the window open. All of a sudden, it's like those aren't firecrackers because it's too organized popping.
Yeah.
So somebody down the block, just outside the neighborhood, was firing off a gun.
Oh, shit.
And I'm just like, stupid fucks, right?
You know, those things, that metal comes back down.
It comes back down.
comes
That's what I
back
kept saying. I mean, it might go far enough away, but it comes back down.
Right, on the planet.
On the planet, right?
Fucking gravity.
We're out on the
It's a
deck
dick
and
move.
we're like looking, and a couple pops would go, and like, fuck, I don't know if I should be out here, but I want to, I'm so curious, I want to see.
Yeah.
And sure enough, the cops show up, and we hear them talking, to some of the neighbors in the condos on the other side, and they're like, oh yeah, did they both have a gun? Where did they run to? All this stuff. Well, all of a sudden, this fucking drone comes over the top.
Yeah.
Lit up. This motherfucker's big. And he comes over and he's hovering right over the area. He's just kind of doing this little turn thing. And we're just like, I'm just fascinated because this is a big ass cop drone, right? And then another one shows up. And they both start doing these little circular patterns.
Yes.
Getting wider and wider. And it's like, oh, go over there and look. And
Yeah,
stuff.
and I bet
I'm
they've got algorithms looking for motion,
Yes.
heat.
Heat signatures and all that
Oh,
sort of
man.
thing. Yeah.
And I mean, in some respects, I think that's nice to have, because that's not a chopper, right? It's much more quickly deployable. Because what if it was a missing kid?
Right.
You're like, let's go find that kid before they freeze to death.
It's been used before.
You know what
for
I mean?
that,
It's like, I don't think
for
it has to be used for eval, but we all know it's got to be used for
what I
eval.
didn't know. That's what I used it for.
I didn't know if they were counting drones. Does Renton have? Do we know?
I have no idea.
Yeah, Renton does have drones.
Yeah.
So
and it's probably some dude sitting up in City Hall, right? That's controlling it.
No, it's
private
remote just
company
like that.
somewhere, yeah.
No, it's
Okay.
it's a Renton cop.
That's a trick
that's got
question.
it in the back.
From his car?
It's Blackwater.
It's in the back of their car, and they've got a little command center there, and it's just
I would
like.
have thought it was been a command center at City Hall or at the cop shop over here.
Well, I mean, you don't want. I mean, deploy it like.
Yeah, because if it has to be within a certain distance,
Yeah.
right? Oh, that'd be satellite controlled, or would that be directly
That's a little too technical. I saw them using it out next to the whistle stop one time when they were having the demonstrations for Black Lives Matter. There was a march in downtown Renton, and I was walking over to go be a part of that. And in the Service Linen parking lot, there was about 6 cop cars just parked inside the Service Linen parking lot, and one of them had the drone, and they were doing that just,
they were all just
to monitor the crowd. Just to monitor the crowd, make sure that we
having
were
footage from a certain vantage point, right?
a valuable thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, they've got drones now in the world, I think, that are just up there all the time, that are just always taking pictures of big cities. So you actually have a timestamp of all the movement that happens. It identifies all the movement.
If not now, soon.
No, it's happening now. It's a thing. And they're up like 3 miles in the sky, and they just sit there. They've got incredible cameras, and they just sit, and they can stay up there for days. Just days, because it's solar powered, and so it just continues to stay powered up, and they just have a continual database of movement of everything. So really, you can't do much of anything.
So were
anymore.
they like looking in the parking lot of Lucky Liquor like last weekend?
Asking for a friend.
Yeah, asking for a friend.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool checking those out and stuff like that.
Did any closure on the
I have no
gunplay?
idea. Yeah. I don't
It's
know.
terrible though, man. Like
The fuck, it's
people-
unnerving. Yeah.
It makes noise like a firecracker, but it's not a firecracker.
No,
And
we
they
could
travel.
Tell. We
That's
could
the
tell.
trouble.
Yeah, that's not, so. I went down the next morning and I'm looking to see if they were shooting into a tree or a sign or somebody's car, just looking for any evidence, and didn't see anything. So if they left any shells, the cops
It
got
is.
them.
I don't know. The bullets have too much potential catastrophic impact to be
Could have been
frivolous
blanks,
about,
but
right?
still.
Flying metal
No,
is
it's
not good.
Somebody's doing that. Yeah.
Flying metal is terrible.
It's a thing. Yeah, it's a thing.
So when my
That's
son
bad
and
manners.
his then girlfriend, now wife, lived out in Linwood, my son calls me one day and he goes,
Oh, that's lit.
well, yeah, no, it's Linwood, but he's like, they're in an apartment, nice apartment complex, the whole thing. He's like, geez, Dad, I think a bird like fucking pecked through the wall into my kitchen.
man.
I'm like, seriously? He's like, yeah, there's like a quarter size hole in the side. I said, well, what's the outside of the building? He's like, it's like vinyl siding. I said, okay, here's what I want you to do is I want you to stand under that hole and look directly across the room. And then he's like, okay. And I said, walk over there. Sure enough, fucking bullet on the ground.
Oh, my
So it had come through his kitchen, luckily up high, and luckily they weren't in the room.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Up high, hit the wall. There was a little mark on the wall across
And that was
where
its
it hit,
final,
and then dropped down to
Oh,
the
so it
floor.
lost its velocity going through the
Through the
wall.
wall.
Go through that vinyl siding.
Thank
Here's
God
to you.
the vinyl siding.
But I said, well, you got to call the cops. I mean, you don't know where that came from. And they said they had reports of somebody shooting a gun near Payne Field, which is miles away from where they are, but they think the trajectory came across.
Oh my God!
I guess it depends on what type of bullet that is.
you're-
Yeah.
So this was
That's
when
a
was
long
that?
ways.
God, this is probably
Okay, so years ago.
year and a half ago.
Year and a half ago.
2 years.
So now you have this gun firing going off in your neighborhood. You're probably not. Very,
Oh, yeah.
That's unsettling.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'm just like, what the fuck? Come on, people.
Yeah.
And then on
Build a safe room for one.
Saturday morning.
Yeah. What's the safe word right now?
It's a safe room. It's got, I brought snacks for me.
And then Saturday morning, kind of in my July 4th adventure, Saturday morning, the wife took the dogs for a walk, and we've got these trails. It's where the power lines go through Renton, but there's all these trails, and people have built really cool mountain bike, and I've ridden them a few times, of mountain bike trails where they've got jumps and camel top, and they've got all these cool stuff, and it's just
I think it's called a tabletop. Camel top.
Yeah, the woo woo woo.
Camelback. Sorry,
Camelbacks.
Camelback.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But jumps and all kinds of stuff, and well crafted back there. And I don't know. I think it's Puget Sound Energy Land, but
that's
you
nice.
get all these
Yeah.
guys. And when we first moved in, I would ride my bike back there, but I'm too old, fat to do it now. But so the wife kind of walks the dogs up through there, and she had come across to the backside of our neighborhood where our community pool and tennis clubs, and we've got this big grass field. Well, she walked through probably 10 minutes after she had walked through. Some kids came over and did some fireworks in the field, lit the grass on fire.
Yeah.
Dry grass
Yeah.
does not mix. Went into the scrub brush
Not
and
cool, man.
burned down a tree. So
And the kids just ran or
they
something?
just ran.
Wouldn't you?
Well, it depends on how old we're talking.
And I mean, we're talking probably 25 feet away from a wood fence, which is on the right on the other side is the condos that are in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So she gets home, changes her clothes. We jump in the car, and we're heading out of and there's all these fire trucks. And we're like, what the fuck's going on? Because she had just walked through there, and we saw a neighbor lady said, "Yeah, some kids lit it off and fired it." So I mean, this was within like 10
moments,
20 minutes of her walking through there. These kids came through. They say they got them on
because she was so smoking hot.
Yes, I did.
A tribute.
Scored some points. They say that they got them on CCTV footage from the pool. Yeah. So we'll see how that plays out.
Oh man,
yeah. So that's been
how old are kids we talking about?
Probably teenagers.
Yeah, that's. I have lighting things on fire stories. I think we all do. Like fire's a pretty fantastic thing until you get burned and you go, oh wait, it looks cool but it doesn't feel great. I think I let a little patch of grass on fire that got out of hand once, and it didn't go well. But the fire department came and took care of it. They were totally slacking before that, so I was just keeping them on their toes.
Back when I was a little punk skateboarder, we built a ramp behind the alleyway of Hall Bates's house. Before my brother broke his arm on the ramp, and then the parents made us kick it out. But it was the ramp in the neighborhood. Nobody else had a ramp.
Totally cool,
but the little kids in our skate gang would go into the neighbor's garage and find like paint and fucking stain, and they were sitting there lighting it on fire like little dummies, right? Just fucking light. So they pull out a can of paint and they would just let it burn.
Yeah.
Well, one of them one day, fire was getting big, and he kicks the can, so all the liquid spreads across the fucking asphalt. And you're like, what the fuck, dude? And of course, they're all running. Get some water! Get some water!
That's how you learn.
Yeah, I guess. Unfortunately, like he didn't burn the ramp down.
That's crazy.
Anyway,
no, my dad would have beat.
Oh, I know.
I'm telling
you. Ending this here on something positive, and again, we hope that you guys heard and enjoyed the interview with Jonathan Evison, and we'll provide you some links at the end of this.
What a great guest! What a great guest!
Yeah, hopefully it worked out. If not, we'll definitely come back another day and redo it. But a couple of quotes on writing I thought were apropos for him being with us. Jack Kerouac wrote, "One day I will find the right words, and they will be simple."
Jeez.
Perfect. Kiss is the best.
Kiss is the way.
The way.
And then Robert Louis Stevenson wrote, "I kept always 2 books in my pocket, one to read and one to write in."
Jeez.
So there you go.
Yeah.
That's words to live by.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
Jeez.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for everything.
It's awesome,
a great
guys.
week.
Thanks for being with us.
We'll see you guys next week.
Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you think this episode is worth $1 or $5, the boys would love to have it. Please go to ourtownpod.store for merch or to donate now. For less than a cup of coffee, you can also join the website in the member-only area for exclusive bonus content, blogs, and more. It's just $3 a month or $30 a year. Thank you for listening to this production of Our Town Podcast Extraordinaire.